think I'm here. Oops, let me move up. I don't know if you can see me. Maybe I should be looking at the Zoom because I'm looking at the Zoom. I don't know if you can see me on here. Can you put a like on the video if you see me? I can't tell if I'm live or not. You can see me. This is interesting. I'm getting an echo. I might have to choose another way to come on. I'm doing live. Let me do this quickly because I don't know. I have to do it this way because I need to show you a video. So put a like on a video if you see me. You do. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what you're seeing. I can't see. So I'm just going to continue with the video. Hello, welcome everyone. I'm on Zoom. Let's see if I can look from the Zoom perspective. Okay. We see, okay, Melissa, can you, okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. I can't tell. So I probably just need everyone to just welcome to the Zoom. I have a important message to give. This is probably something that may save a lot of lives. So I figured I'd do this. So what I can do is uh, we can make sure, I'm gonna check afterwards. I'm gonna assume that you can see me. Melissa, can you just FYI me? Can you see me talking okay? Can you see the background okay? Is everything fine? Let me just ask, because I can't tell. I can't see the live in YouTube. Maybe I should do the live in YouTube so I can see. Hold on. Let me get a moment. I'll wait until more people check in. But again, I'm coming to you from Zoom. So I have to presume that you can see me. And until I can verify that you don't, I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. I'll let more people check in while I kind of get acclimated to this format. I'm going to actually share some important information. Willy Wonka may take it down. It is what it is. You know the formula. Okay, so welcome to everybody from Zoom. I hope everybody's well. Okay. Um, I'm gonna see if I can come in. Can you guys comment in the actual Zoom um, live stream? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna figure out how to see you on Zoom, so just give me a minute. Okay. I wasn't prepared to not see the live, so I can't respond to you. So just give me one moment while I get my laptop while we do this. Okay. Hello, hello. So while you guys are checking in and kind of getting acclimated, this is an important transmission. And I knew I had to make it. And there isn't a better day than the day that you need to share these things. So give me a minute. Again, I can't see comments. I can't see anything. I'm in my Zoom in my own little bubble. Because of that, I'm not going to be able to respond, but I'm going to pull up my laptop too, so I can kind of see the live stream. Hopefully I can see it from there. Melissa, can you actually, hold on, y'all. Hopefully everybody's well. Check on him. The name of the video is the Aleph New Year's, August 8th, solar, right? Solar, eclipse, apocalypse, the fungi, a fungus apocalypse. Okay, so hold on now. Let me get myself qualified to be able to see my live stream too, so I can kind of respond. I don't think I really care. I don't really care. As long as you can see me, I'm fine. Can you just let me know? Can everyone see me? I can't tell. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I see that you guys can see me, so I should be fine. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. I'm assuming you can see me. Welcome to another revelation. This is unorthodox. I'm doing it with Zoom because I need to show you something. And again, I wanted to make sure enough people checked in so that you will be able, in case Willy Wonka deletes the video, this is life-changing, life-altering, and it may save you and your family's lives. This isn't just me capping. This is me telling you something that I confirmed my concerns or my original thoughts of what's coming with the eclipse. So it's important for everyone to check in. I try to go on my Rumble, it blocks me. I try to come on here on my computer, it blocks me. So no further ado, so long as you can see me, that's all that matters. I can kind of zhuzh up the image later on, okay? So for everyone who doesn't know, August 8th, we're having an average. Let me just explain. We've had solar eclipses before. Many of you remember the last solar eclipse we had, full solar eclipse was, I think it was in this 2017 or 16. I think it was 2017. Many of you remember it. I loved it. They told me not to look up with glasses, but I looked straight up and I gratefully had my eyesight got better. Don't you do it. I'm not recommending that anybody do it. Please just know that I did it and I was fine, okay? I had a lot of wonderful things happen after that last solar eclipse. And I know a lot of people were saying that there's a lot of superstitions regarding solar eclipses, right? Catastrophe wars come with solar eclipses, pandemics, viruses, and mass destruction all are created during solar eclipses. So for that reason, people have a lot of superstition regarding the solar eclipse. But this particular solar eclipse is the first time that you've ever seen your Willy Wonka system give such warning and caution with this eclipse. And I want to say this. The eclipse brings an energy, but anything that is utilizing the energy could manifest something that could be nefarious and also positive. For those of you who know or experienced the last solar eclipse and you were conscious then, you can go back to see what things occurred during that time, after that time. Can you remember how you felt? Can you remember the things that were coming about in your life? Were there any things that kind of manifested with that solar eclipse? Now, for those checking in, I can't see you. I'm on Zoom, and I had to share some things with you on Zoom. So for that reason, I needed to make sure that I was able to show you images because we do have a fungal apocalypse, a fungus among us apocalypse coming, and I'm going to go into that. I can't. Let me give you my my what is it? My PSA before I start, because you know Willy Wonka always comes from me. I am a trans panda slash bird slash frog slash gay man. That's my new one. Slash Jewish Ashkenazi man and a deranged Black man. Okay, these are the things that I associated myself, and I feel that I am, you know, a trans of those things. So when you come for me, just know that I am. This is a comedy skit. This isn't real. I'm a liar. I'm sociopath, psychopath, whatever. So hopefully, I cover all those things in my PSA. Okay, so let's get into it. It's a shame that in YouTube, that's what I have to do to be able to share these things with you. Okay, so there is a soul her. Get it? Soul her. Okay. I don't want to get into that because that could be controversial. We don't want to get any more controversial than what I'm going to share with you, which is pertinent and important. I can't see your comments. I'm on Zoom. I'm just going to share things with you. Hopefully you can see me. It says, I think it says, I don't even know. I think I'm live on. I think I'm live. I think I'm on. I hope. Okay. I can't tell. Okay. We'll just assume that you can see me. Okay. Let me see if I can see if I'm on. I can't tell y'all. They may have already taken me off. I had to go through this 50 million times before I came on. So let me just verify if I'm still on YouTube. It doesn't say oh, it does. No. I'm sorry, y'all. I do see the live up there. I'm sorry. You know, my seasoned wisdom age, sometimes I don't notice the obvious. The obvious is that live is there. Okay, so okay. So we have the Soul Her eclipse coming on the Gregorian calendar of April the 8th. Okay. I will say that, you know, for some of you, I'm unsure if you acknowledge that, you know, in the Gregorian calendar, it says that your New Year's is on January 1st. But I personally celebrate New Year's on the actual New Year's Day, which is April 1st, which is called April Fool's Day. Interesting enough. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Melissa. April Fool's Day, which is April 1st, and March 31st is usually your New Year's Eve. So if you want to rock it out, party like it's 1999, you could do so on March 31st. It's really, we just passed the spring equinox, which I don't know why they told everybody it was the 19th. I didn't subscribe to that. Spring equinox is always usually like winter equinox, just like summer equinox is always on the 21st. But because it was a leap year, I would have accepted that it was going to be on March 20th. But these mofos said it was the 19th. I rebuke them. They're making up things. They're confusing people. Whenever somebody does their rituals, they usually do it on the 21st, taking an exception the 20th as being part of the leap year, and just taking off a day is more acceptable. But to say it was the 19th, I just rebuke all of your mental images. And oh, thank you, Melissa. Melissa's showing me that y'all are on. Okay, so I can keep talking. I'm just not used to not interacting with you, but forgive me. Let's go back to New Year's. New Year's is April 1st. Okay, so do know that and also the Jewish calendar. I wish Yafi was here. I think Yafi's probably in there. Yafi's in Israel. Yafi is Purim. Purim is a Jewish holiday. I think they just passed 2 days ago. Yafi can confirm. I don't see Yafi here, but Yafi, if you're in the group chat on the YouTube, can you confirm if Purim was it 2 days ago or 3 days ago? It's from my overstanding and understanding that Purim is a Jewish holiday that's celebrated that represents the opposite day. It's interesting. It's kind of like equivalent to our Halloween day, but theirs is more playful and lighthearted, and it isn't as, it might be a cult, and maybe those who practice Jewish mysticism, probably, I would assume so. But in their celebration, they just celebrate Purim. I think I'm correct. Melissa, just see if Yapi's in there and just correct me. I don't want to be incorrect in my dates. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, Purim was there. And that represents like what we in America culture would say is Halloween, but for them it's more lighthearted. It's connected to Opposites Day. Why that's important? Because I'm going to pull this in all to the rituals that are going to be occurring at this time. And also know that every culture that has its own form of Halloween, those are gateway days. That's why I brought up the Jewish holiday Purim, because that's a gateway date. That's a day where there's a thinning of a veil and there are rituals that are ongoing to provide some form of ushering something in or maybe taking something out. It's important to bring that up because in whether it's Jewish mysticism or in Judaic practices, which, oh, wait, hold on. I think, oh, okay. Oh, goodness. I don't even know. Can you? Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm not, hopefully you don't see my, listen, I am a natural woman. If seeing boobs, I don't think I'm showing anything. I might have been sitting back in the camera and that could have been an issue. But if you saw anything that you shouldn't have seen, do know that the FYI, as I am a French woman. Um, oh, wait. Okay, thank you. Purim is the evening of Saturday, March 23rd. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa and Yafi. It was the 23rd. Listen, y'all, if boobies bother you, I had babies not too long ago. If it bothers you, just go on another channel where, you get with trans. I am a trans, but for no further ado, I am also a natural organic woman who has natural breasts. And I actually like my boobies. So if it bothers you and it's offensive, why are you even here? But don't, please remove yourself, and also unsubscribe. You can be with women that have fake boobies that are up to their ears and nipples poking out of you like lamps. I mean, if that's what you like, having little girls like those who look very reminiscent of children that are pre-pubescent, then by all means, I'm not the channel for you. There's lots of channels like that, and you will be very happy with their boobies. These are real, 1000%. I'm organic, and if that's an issue for you, remove yourself. Be gone. Anyway, um, anyway, and also I didn't mean to offend it. If you see anything, I couldn't tell when I'm on here, so it is what it is. All right, so let's get it. Purim was on March the 23rd. Interesting. So it was the 23rd. So it was 2 days usually after our equinox, right? Spring equinox. Okay. So there was a gateway opening. I always like to think that within every religious structure, probably within Islam, Judaism, Christianity, and maybe Buddhism and Hinduism and other, more so maybe pagan religions, we all have a day that's ushering in, or the walkthrough of the dead, you know what I mean? Or the veil is open, or a gateway is accessible to be able to pull in frequencies and also to send them out. Okay, that always happens. If you look into, and I'm not quite as vetted in Islam, so oh, wow. I'm not quite as vetted in Islam, so please let me know if there's a holiday that kind of matches like Purim or Halloween and those as well. Also, Halloween in different countries, they have a kind of Halloween-esque kind of holiday also in different countries as well. Just wanted to put that out there. So hold on, y'all. My dogs are gonna bark in like 5 seconds. So let me let everyone check in. I'm gonna kind of mute it a little bit because my dogs are about to get loud. There's someone coming to the door. So for that reason, I kind of want to, let me talk real quick before they walk to the door because I know the dogs are gonna bark. Okay, hold on. So, Okay, I'll give it a minute because I see the gentleman coming anyway. Um, why is that important? Because we have a couple ritualistic days that are coming up around this April 8th. Now, I don't know about you, but have any of you ever heard of um, a solar eclipse being accompanied by warnings from your government? Now, if you have, put it in the chat that you have. If you haven't, put 0 in the chat. I can't see the chat, but put 0 in the chat. So when people look at it later, they can kind of verify that if anyone has ever seen it. I haven't ever heard of any warnings during any eclipses. I haven't ever gotten a warning. There wasn't ever a caution to stock up on food, like literally, or closing of schools and institutions. I mean, let me know if you've ever heard that, but if it's 0, or if you've ever heard it, put a 1, okay? This is the first time that I've ever heard the governmental system, like multiple governmental facilities, putting warning and caution to people, its citizens, which I don't even think we're citizens. Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta put it on mute because the dogs are gonna go bonkers. Sorry. I have a big delivery and the guy's taking forever, so I say him at the door. I'm sorry, everybody. Let's wait until, let me let everybody answer the question and I'll just pause for a second and we'll kind of talk about this. Because when I share what I had a theory about what was coming and what truly was the issue, it was verified in the most supernatural way on Zoom. Big up to the Zombies in the house who literally witnessed this phenomenon that showed up that we could have never guessed ever that we could get this kind of solidification and verification. It's actually quite frightening. So hold on, y'all. It's usually very quiet in here, as you hear, but I have doggies, a wolf pack, and they can be really loud. Okay, so I'm gonna mute real quick and we can kind of verify this in a second. Hold on. Now, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm back. Sorry about that. The dogs go crazy. Everything was chaotic for a second. I did it, sometimes I do lives and it's not like good timing, at least, in the homestead. Okay. So let me know if everything's okay. You can hear me. All right. So we'll kind of go into it. I'll kind of keep the girls at bay. Okay. So you won't be worrying about this. All right. Uh, so I was talking about the eclipse and I saw Melissa. Thank you, Melissa, for giving me some screenshots because I can't see the live. Hopefully I'm back on. It still says live. So for that reason, I think I'm still on. So we'll talk about the eclipse, the fact that the eclipse, there has, bye, please, baby, please. Come on. Why such a big girl? Okay. There has never been a time at least in my lifetime, or okay, perfect. Thank you, Melissa. Big up to Melissa, who's the mod in here, who's letting me know because I can't tell everybody. So she's kind of giving me the FYI that everything's a go on the YouTube channel. So April the 8th is a solar eclipse. Now, what is different about this eclipse is that it gives, last solar eclipse, there was one line, like one definitive line going through certain states in the United States. Now, during this eclipse, this makes an X. Now, I would ask you all to use your critical thinking skills and really say to yourself, do you think it's kind of odd that all of these different social media apps and names and even the planet are all using the X in their as their thumbnail or their name? So you have Twitter, that decided to name itself X. That's why I don't trust Elon Musk. Like, is it Elon Musk? Yeah, I think he's the one who bought Twitter. Okay, X. You have the X that has been shifted. What was the other X that we had? It was Twitter that changed it to X. You have SpaceX, which is the spaceship that many of you in California, some of you in Arizona actually saw going across your sky during this time. And I'm going to show a video of that as well. This is why I'm choosing Zoom as my way to talk to you today, so I can actually show you videos. I always like to have more tangibility, and it's hard for me to just do a live and not have an opportunity to do video. I try to do it on Rumble, is really difficult. You also have X with this particular eclipse, but I'm going to really question if it's an X you're seeing or something else. So your governments are giving you a warning, telling you to stock up on food, necessaries, and I just want to put a little FYI in there. Do you realize that your CDC just updated its zombie protocols 3 weeks ago, roughly 3 weeks ago? It might be 4 now. 4 weeks ago, there was another update on the zombie apocalypse on the CDC's website. You can go and verify this. They made an update giving some new options or requirements or suggestions for you to do during a zombie apocalypse. Now, you do know that there is a show that is zombie based that just came out. I don't know when it came out. What's it called? It's about funguses that were zombies that turn in as they, what is it called again? I forgot the name of the show. If some of you know in the comments, just put it in the comments and I'll maybe see it later. I think it's as something, or what's it called again? It's a zombie apocalypse, but it has to do with funguses, like these big fungi kind of creatures that kind of look like plant-like, but they show up. I hate when I don't remember something. We just discussed it in Zoom. I want to go big up to the Zoom busy state on light night for us to really build upon what's really going down this particular eclipse. Needless to say, your Willy Wonka systems, your governmental systems had made all of these revisions to their CDC recommendations for the zombies. You have all of these protocols being required, are being suggested for people to stockpile food. The Last of Us. Thank you, Melissa. The Last of Us. The show is called The Last of Us. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to give you a couple movies to watch to let you know what's going down with the countdown for April the 8th. Okay. The Last of Us kind of talks about this apocalypse. It's fungal based, but people think that was the first time we ever had a movie, kind of like a horror sci-fi movie associated with fungi. No, my lovies. The first time you probably saw it was the movie I've been telling you to watch over the last 10 years, which is The Body Snatchers. Now, there are many different revisions of The Body Snatchers. I personally like the one, I think it was in the 70s, the late 70s. That one is the one that I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is going to cause a little ripple in your mind. Okay, that was the movie talking about there were these spores coming from space. They were basically non-corporeal and coming in with these solar winds, and then they came into our planetoid and landed on our plants, kind of created their own like weird kind of hybrid version of the, wait, hold on. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, love. Melissa's giving me some stuff in here too. Uh, they landed on the plants and then they started to create pods, and the pods would also start to, if you had the pod, it had this weird kind of plant, this beautiful flower. And if you put this pod when people are sleeping, it actually replicated them. And once it replicated them, it turned the other person into dust. Remember the rainbow event? It's all interconnected. So let's go into that. So if you look at this particular apocalypse, this so-called eclipse that's coming on the 8th, I'm going to show you how it looks over the land. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to pull up the pictures for you so that you have a better idea. So hold on, y'all. Let me get everything set up so I can show you rather than just talk about it. I want to give you an idea of what I'm speaking about. So hold on 1 sec. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I just turned off my picture a bit so we can look at the share I'm about to give you. Hold on. Let's get the first one first. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can share this with you. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Let me see if I can share this now. Can you see? I hope you can see this. All right. I think I'm sharing the pictures with you. I'm not sure. Melissa, can you let me know if they can see the pictures? Because I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'm assuming you can see it. Okay, so okay, I'm showing you a picture and I'm gonna verify that you can see it. So give me 1 second, because okay, you can see it. Perfect. So if you see everyone, you can see how this is a picture of all of the images of, this is all of the eclipses together. Okay. Now, if you just saw one of the eclipse, you would have seen one line. If you saw both of the eclipses, you would have seen an X, right? So you see how the X is formulating. But did you see, like, if you put all of the eclipses together, it formulates this weird kind of symbol, okay? And that symbol is interesting because when I saw the symbol, we figured out bigger to on too. We saw the symbol, and this symbol literally is the Aleph. Okay, it's a Hebrew symbol for the Aleph. Now, many of you who may speak Hebrew, some of you are in Christian schools, you're accustomed to certain Hebrew letters. It's the first letter. The Aleph is the first letter, like an A, in the Hebrew alphabet. Okay. Also, in the numeric, if we go to the mathematics of it, it represents 0 point, right? But this is what's formulating over the states. But if you realize that it could have been that these beings have always known that this particular signature, this particular letter symbol is a Jewish Hebrew letter, which represents the Aleph, you would think a little further into why there are certain rituals happening at this time with this particular symbol. Now you're going to see this in a little bit. I want you to look at this right here, y'all. It's going to bug you out. Okay. Now I want you to look at that picture, what I'm showing you right there. Okay. Because I'm going to show you a video, and it's going to literally make you understand that this is all pre-planned and that this is a countdown of some sort to a fungal apocalypse. Okay. So this is the Aleph. You see where it's going over the states. Okay. So let me stop. Hold on. Let me stop the share. I'm going to get a video for you. Okay. So hopefully everybody saw that. It's very important because I'm about to show you a video. And I know YouTube may take this down based on the video because it's maybe copyright, but it's based on a movie that I'm always suggesting that everyone saw. So during our Zoom meeting last Thursday, I kept saying that I think that there's something going on. And also, let me add this to the goulash that we call the April 8th eclipse. We also have a so-called meteor that's called the devil's meteor, devil something, that is also coming at this specific time. Okay. This matters because if any of you have ever studied some forms of the Bible, you maybe hearing about wormwood, right? How wormwood, this big asteroid came, it went into the waterways, it soured up the water. I'm not as biblically sound as some of you some of my family on YouTube. So you can kind of speak to that, but I'm going to show you how this was pre-planned and that this apocalyptic eclipse is a countdown. And I'm going to show you, I've been telling you to watch this one movie for so long, but it's going to bug you out what you're going to see. So hold on, let me show you. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me share. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm just getting it ready. Got to go back to the beginning. Okay. Okay, give me 1 minute. You can go ahead. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I'm just looking for the actual video. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, just making sure you can hear me. Hold on. I'm going back. Okay, here we go.
They come from a dying world. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds.
Okay, wait a second. Do you guys see what I just saw? I'm gonna go back. I want you to put in the chat if you saw what just was seen. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I want you to see what was in the cloud. This is from the movie The Body Snatchers, y'all. Look at the first scene. I want you to see what's coming up. What is that symbol? I'm gonna pause it. What is that symbol, y'all? Hold on.
World. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds.
Do you see the symbol? Everyone, if you see the symbol, this is in the first part of the Body Snatchers movies in the 1970s. I'm gonna go back again. I want to show you again. Put a 13 if you see what is in the beginning scenes of the Body Snatchers movie, y'all. I'm gonna start it over again, and I want to get a 13 if you see what we all saw. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna start over.
World. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds.
Why would you have this at the beginning of a movie in the 1970s? That is the eclipse, y'all.
They adapt.
This is in the beginning scene
And they
of
survive.
The Body Snatchers.
The function of all life is survival. Sleep. 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 From deep space. Sleep. The seed is planted. Sleep. Sleep. Terror grows. Sleep.
Matthew! Matthew! Matthew!
Like the others.
Elizabeth, wake up! Get you when you sleep. Sit up!
Invasion.
I'm going to go back to the scene again at the beginning, y'all. I want you to see it because I don't want anyone to say I'm capping. You can do this yourself. Go to the beginning of the Body Snatchers in 1970s. I'm going to play it again so you see exactly. It's showing the first scene of the Body Snatchers. Let's start again. It starts where the spores are in space. Let's start again.
They come from a dying world. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds. They come from a dying world. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds.
Okay, I'm going to stop the video share. Hold on. I'm going to share again the pictures that I showed you at the very beginning, okay? Let's go back to the beginning, to the photos that I shared with you earlier. Look at the photos, y'all. How are we looking at a movie that was made in the 1970s where they're showing these spores, which spores create fungi. They're basically go on to plants, starting to create these type of fungi kind of unicellular bacterium that end up growing into these weird alien plants. How is it possible that this symbol, look, y'all, why is this symbol in a movie that was in the 1970s called The Body Snatchers? Put a 13 if you see what I'm saying, y'all. Because they'll be like, oh, Flurburn, you're paranoid. This, look at it, y'all. Does that look like the same symbol? We're watching this. I had the Zombies, and it was just random. I told the Zombies, I said, hey, let's look at let me stop the share. I told the Zombies, I said, I want to go back and look at the first scene out of, because I was showing them how the spores come in, because I personally thought there would be a fungi apocalypse, okay? And I showed the first scene of this movie, and I've never seen this before, y'all. So you can fact check it. I want you to verify. Listen, you may think I'm mentally ill. The Zombies verified it as well. Go and watch the first scene of and please don't act brand new either. Don't go on these channels posting it like you found it yourself, because there's nothing I like is like copy and paste people. Please give credit where credit is due, okay? I normally don't say that, but I hate when people come on this channel and they just basically like to copy and paste stuff I share and act like they came up with it. It was something just random that I really vetted out that this is a fungi spore apocalypse. And not even that. Did you see the warnings that the Willy Wonka is telling everybody about all this pollen? There's more pollen in the air than normal. And also the apocalypse, we're going to go into all the so-called spores that are going out all over the place that they're saying is associated with the temperature or the weather. But no, darlings, this is a purposeful fungi apocalypse. And then we're also going to watch a video from a tall white alien. I don't know if I can, because I don't know if it's going to be copyright written, but I'm going to try to show that video as well. Let me see if there's any 13s I can't see. Did anyone ever see that in the first scene? Listen, there's no way that you could have something that precise in a video. How many years ago? Oh my God. This is like 60, wait, we're 2024. So 24, what was that in the 30s? So I'm saying like over 30 years ago, over 40 years ago, this was in a movie, the same signature. So y'all, it really verified my thought that it would be a fungi apocalypse. And rather than me show you the tall white alien, Rudolph actually made a video about a month ago talking about the second pandemic would be a brain would affect the brain. Now, remember, we always talk about the zombie apocalypse, and then I told you The Last of Us was literally a video about zombies that were more fungal based. And then all of a sudden, your Willy Wonka systems are saying, "Oh, go stockpile stuff. You'll need to stay in the house for a so-called solar eclipse." And then all of a sudden, we've seen the same Aleph, the same signature inside of a movie that's based on body snatching with space spores. And then we're having a so-called asteroid that's going aerial wise, that's coming in at the same time as these eclipse. And then also I'm going to show you that SpaceX was flying from California over Arizona and then flew back out to the Pacific. All of a sudden it was going inside of our stratosphere. It wasn't going up. SpaceX was going aerial wise across the sky, spewing out some form of gaseous gas coming out, just like one of our chemtrails. And then what about all those fogs you're seeing? Now, this is also something that I personally, we were watching, I shared with some of our sea stars. Patusha, no. Where are you getting this from? Sorry, Babette is grabbing paper. She's being naughty because I'm on here talking to you. Let me slow down, y'all, because I want to kind of build, and I know I can't see you, so this is a little unorthodox because normally I can kind of engage with you so we can go back and forth. But I may even share, oh, sorry. hold on now. I may even share, oh, matter of fact, I want to make this interactive. I'm gonna have Melissa, would you mind? I'm gonna share the Zoom link and we'll have certain people come on here to share their, I'm not gonna bring everybody, I'll kind of vet you out psychically. And I'm gonna have you comment on what you think the Aleph is in the movie, The Body Snatchers in the 1970s. At the beginning, that's the same in signature that we're seeing for the Eclipse, okay? And all of these so-called fogs coming out of the blue. And then also big up to our Sea Star and Sun Star who told me that people are having brain inflammation in Buffalo, New York. And then a couple of the other Sea Stars and Sun Stars, thank you so much for commenting in my last YouTube video. You were talking about that you were seeing in the hospitals, people coming in with brain inflammation. And we know from Rudolph of Germany, who shared with us that the next pandemic would affect the brain. And we do know with the whole zombie thing, what are they saying? That it affects the brain. And if you notice that things like mad cow's disease, the zombie deer, the zombie moose, this was related to prions that were affecting the animals and forests. And also we watched the zombie snail, where some parasite literally hijacks the brain, the synapses, takes over that entity where the body does not know that it's been hijacked. And it basically is running under the agenda of the alien parasite that's driving it to do things to make it more replicatable, just like in Body Snatchers, when all of a sudden all these pods were coming up, and as soon as someone would get replicated, it was their duty. They took the parasite within them, the spore, the fungus would take over them and literally make them and drive them to replicate more and take over more people. So remember, they were bringing pods in people's houses and it took over when people were sleeping. And big up to Selma, who's from Zoom. Big up to Selma and Zoom. She was mentioning that she was hearing the ritualistic sleep in that video, where in the trailer of the Body Snatchers, okay? And also Selma, who is living abroad, I don't want to say where she lives because I don't know, she didn't give me permission. She's living abroad, and she was noticing that outside of the country in a tropical area, she was noticing that her bees were dying. And normally the male bees die in the wintertime when they're kicked out of the hive. But there were hundreds of bees that were dead, and some were scattered on the ground going around in circles. And she's living outside the country. And what do bees have a tendency to get in contact with? You tell me. Pollen. Okay? Okay? And we were seeing that in all these places. Big up to Aziza, a couple people talking about their trees were starting to die prematurely. And then also they were saying that there was going to be a higher seasonal kind of allergen coming from a lot more pollen. Do you see everything that's coming about? And also with the ice, I'm going to see if I find the video for y'all. The ice talking about the parasites that this gentleman was talking. I shared this in Patreon. And it was random because I didn't know it could be interconnected to this. But this gentleman basically was saying in the ice cubes that there were parasites and worms inside of the ice. And then I noticed that the homegrown on, who was in LA, and then there was another hailstorm in Texas around Houston. They had a hailstorm. It were random hailstorms that came about with ice dropping out. Dropping out of the sky. And after we just saw the video related to the parasites, because maybe these are spores that have been encapsulated in ice. So if you had any states that all of a sudden had snow out of the blue or hail, please put that in the chat so we can verify what states, because it happened in LA last week. In a certain part of LA, they had random hail. I personally think that is a beta test section where they could be dispersing of this spore of mass destruction. And then also it happened in Houston. Do not touch the hail. Do not touch the snow, because we know now with the Cucaracha kill shots, if you remember, there was a temperature it had to be below in order to keep the Hydra from being active until it was actually put inside of the person. Okay, all right. So that being said, be careful, because with what we all know now, with the second so-called apocalyptic fungus of mass destruction, this would literally make it the Georgia Guidestone and the Deagle report. This will actually make the population go down based on a fully infection, a full infection that would affect the brain, that literally, if it didn't take the person out, it would make them into a zombie. So those who survive it will become like the zombie snail, the zombie, look it up, y'all, the zombie snail, the zombie deer. Did you ever look at a zombie deer? Like, I've seen videos of the zombie deer, like they literally look like they've lost their mind. Like they have no direction. They look like they're out of it, kind of like Pet Cemeteries. Remember, if you ever watched Pet Cemetery, when the cat came out of the cemetery, it looked like it was demonically possessed. Well, this is, something just flashed on my screen, y'all. What the heck was that? Did you see something? I swear I know. Y'all, I just turned for a second. I saw a flash. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. I don't know what that was, but I just saw a flash on my screen. I didn't see what it was. Interesting. If anyone saw it, tell me if you saw it, because I don't know if it was just on my end or yours. Anyway, okay. Let me stay focused. So personally, from looking at the body snatchers, put some respect on my theory becoming validated when I saw a movie that I've been telling people to watch 50 million times, because the zombie apocalypse is going to come down to that. The countdown starts April 8th. I don't think anything is going to happen on the 8th, y'all. But I think the 8th is a countdown with all of the rituals happening, with the Zionists burning the three red heifers that literally will bring in this apocalyptic kind of fungi and mass destruction. And then also, you know, you have the what is it, 411. Remember when we had that whole broadcasting? It was on a 4. It was something on a 4. It was on 11/4. Well, guess what? The inverted is happening now. So remember on 11, if I'm not, just verify, y'all. I wish I could read your comments. I'm gonna have you guys come in one by one to see if you can kind of build with this. On 11/4, just verify if I'm correct. I think it was a date where they did that broadcasting where the Fuller Report guy, I personally think they threatened him. He actually had this little register, like a type of frequency register, and he could see codes coming in with this so-called broadcast that they were sending out to people's phones. He had it, and then he disappeared for a while, and we thought that literally, you know, the men in black got him because he was gone. I've never seen anything that had that many codes that was being sent out into the airwaves when they did that coding. I think it was 11/4. Oh, it was 10/4. Okay. Oh, it was 10/4. Okay, it was 10/4. So it was 10/4. But guess what? What's the invert? So on the 10th, is going to be 410, but 411 is the day after. I think that's all relative. I think when they work with duality and polarities, they do things in inversion. Like, why are all the rituals with the children when they kill them are on the 31st? What? The 31st, they harvest all the children. And on the 1st is when the children are killed and they consume them for whatever, you know, the case. This is for entertainment purposes. This isn't real. I'm mentally ill. This is a skit. Okay. But they usually on the 31st and 31st is a 4, 13 is a 4. Okay, so remember, Jay-Z has a 4, his wife is making an album, they represent the 4, their daughter's name is Blue Ivy, Ivy is a 4, so Ivy is a, you know, Roman numeral 1 before the 5, which is a V, and that's 4. Okay, so remember the 444, the 144, it's very relative. Okay, so on 10/4 is when they made this so-called broadcast, but then we're having the inverted version on this after the apocalyptic countdown on the April after this, April the 8th will be April the 10th. So it'll probably be 410 or 411, which is 411. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Easter is also on the 31st, y'all. And you know, Easter is a satanic, ritualistic, I don't know why Christians, like, you know, I don't know if Christians, you realize that you uphold all these pagan holidays. Like, you're the ones who cape for the holidays, right? You're the ones who keep pushing these ritualistic holidays that are satanic in origin. They are based in Satanism. And all you Christians who sit here and practice Lent, you put the ash over your third eye to basically, you know, atrophy, show your atrophied third eye, which is a pineal gland being non-activated. And then you go and practice these rituals. And then on Easter, you have the children go egg. I used to do it too, the egg hunting and the candy. You don't realize that Easter is very similar to Halloween in a kind of ritualistic, all the sweets, you know, making just like with the gingerbread house. Remember the witch in the gingerbread house, and she was feeding the children sweets to fatten them up so she could eat them. You don't realize you're upholding it. This is a satanic holiday, okay? And now it's on the 31st, which is their ritualistic day of feeding sweets to the children so they can harvest them on the 1st. And why is it called April 1st? Why is the first day of New Year's called April Fool's Day? You ever realize, like, maybe because people are fools for thinking that you can have a New Year's at the beginning of in a midwinter, when really it would be at the beginning of spring that you would celebrate New Year's? Like, that's when you start putting your seeds in the ground for the year ahead. Like, it's so amazing that the entire social engineering network has made most religious people really complicit and apathetic and participating and propagating rituals that literally is harming the collective. I'm sorry. I you know, okay, let's go into apocalypse. I have a little time, y'all. I had to share this with you because the fungus apocalypse is already dropped. I personally think they did the beta test in LA with the hail. I think they did the second, wherever it snowed. If it snowed by you, y'all, I would question. I wouldn't touch any snow because I think that they put this beta test fungi. I think it needs to be under a certain temperature to be stable so that it doesn't just go all over the place. And I think once it thaws out is when it becomes active. Okay. And there are places like in Maryland, big up to our Sea Star in Maryland, Fire, who said that her ground is really wet in Maryland, like the soil underneath her feet is just constantly wet. I remember, what do spores need? Spores is a fungus. You know, spores create like it's fungal based, like it'll create a fungus, like a mold. Like usually when you have something like mold, when it disperses, it has like its way of replicating itself or getting out to in the environment is with spores. Spores is like what is the mold and fungus is pollen. It's the alternative form of pollen for mold and fungi. Okay, so literally that's the way that they pass itself on and replicate itself by getting into people's bodies, going on further. Okay, so funguses, y'all, we got a fungus apocalypse, and I personally think that they put it in the snow and the ice and the rain, anything wet. But I think that to make it stable, for it to be a weaponized whatever, okay? Cucarachas, another form. I think it has to be in cold, just like the first Cucaracha shots that came out. It had to be in a low temperature. Remember that? It was really important that they were kept in cold canisters to keep them under a certain point marker, so that once it went into nice and warm body, even with people wearing the the chinois mask of mass destruction, the blue mask, remember those little microfibers that needed warm air, moist, warm air. So when people started to breathe on those blue masks that were made out of in chinois neck of the woods, then you saw these little microfibers crawling out of the mask. They were activated by the moisture and the warmness. Y'all, the fungus is among us, y'all. And I heard this is going to be deadlier than anything. Remember, the dress rehearsal was 2020. That was the beta test, okay? And watch all your Walmarts. If you got a Walmart that just closed out of the blue, especially if it's a super Walmart, a super center, I would move. Because those are gonna be FEMA centers, probably holding centers for those who are disappointed, maybe disobeying, or maybe those who were starting to like shake and become like zombified. Okay, so let me stay focused. So I put the Walmart in there. I just want you to pay attention to like Walmarts around you, or any centers or big warehouses that are becoming like, or you see shipping containers coming out of the blue. Pay attention, because remember, if you remember, we watched the videos when the guy came out and he was in a shipping company. Why would they be delivering all these body bags out of the blue? Why all of a sudden? Where are the FEMA camp? Remember, Alex Jones did a video like over 20 years ago. I think it was like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, when he showed all of these different places throughout the America where you had these huge FEMA camp. They look like they were coffins, plastic coffins that could hold up to 12 bodies. They move, right? Those are not there anymore, right? Where'd they go to? And why did the guy take a picture of all these body bags? It literally said in the boxes, body bags that was being distributed all over the United States. And then you got to say to yourself, we thought that the immigrants weren't getting any Cucarachi shots. But how come? We just found out from a whistleblower who did their due diligence to go in the tents when they were processing the immigrants. Why is it that they were getting 4 shots? You don't notice that we have all these weird, measles is out, all these weird things that haven't been around for a long time. You don't understand that we have walking, talking, biological weaponry that is basically gifted to people who choose to come and see the United States by, it's choice. Everybody has free will here, right? And they are distributing these people strategically in different states. You don't think that's by chance? Walking biological weaponry in the form of people going and coughing on the train, touching the subway doors, going to the grocery store, touching groceries, going in the bathroom, touching the sinks, going to Disney, going to the Bronx Zoo. I'm just saying, like, do you realize that all of these so-called viruses and everything is all over the place? Measles outbreak. Then you got the whole warning about now there's a new warning of the dog of saying that. Now listen, they don't say dogs, y'all. You got to pay attention to when they give information out. They said a rabies outbreak. Now, normally they say a rabies outbreak. It could be bats, it could be rats, and so on. And listen, they're saying there's a rabies outbreak, but you got people in New York City, immigrants, cooking rats. Who do you think carries the bubonic plague? Are they cleansing the rats? Are they soaking them in vinegar and cleaning them with salt? The immigrants are literally using the bionic plague rats. If you ever been in New York, y'all, we lived in New York, and let me tell you, the rats are a whole nother breed. They carry every type of virus. They are wonderful, wonderful carriers of pathogens. They are cooking rats in New York City. I know you think I'm losing it. I know you think I'm crazy. I want you to go look, because a lot of you say, oh, Flubber, you so exaggerate. Prove me wrong. They're roasting on like 42nd Street rats and guinea pigs. Who gave them the guinea pigs, for God's sake? Anyway, that's a whole nother. That's not even what I was talking about. I'm just saying that's an extra. That's like the extra, seasoning on top of the pandemic. That's like when you put in like the saison, when you put the saison on top. Yeah. Okay, so you got people eating the bubonic plague by choice, all right? And I don't believe in hurting rats, because, listen, you know how I feel about that, but the fact that you're cooking them and serving them to people and they're walking around, coughing, sneezing, touching, having sex, raping, I'm just saying, it's a whole bunch of things going on over in New York, okay? Chicago, you got to be careful too. And also, they turned up the frequencies. Y'all, nobody's even talking about the fact that you have Sanctuary frequencies that have been turned up. That's why people's headaches, because also the spores a mass destruction is going all around. They're saying there's a rabies outbreak. They don't talk about the specific species of rabies. Which is it affecting? Probably because it's human rabies, because what makes zombies do that? The biting, right? That's a form of rabies, like having the need to bite and having the propensity to need to eat flesh or drink blood. And usually, we got to watch The Last of Us again, because I didn't finish watching the series, because usually I'm like a Resident Evil person. But I mean, we got to find out how it passed along, because this is going to be more catchy. Okay. And especially, remember I told you about the eyes, the girl who was crying with the yellow and green eyes, because what do spores go into? They usually like nice, soft, malleable, moist places. Where are they going to go into the eyes? You notice that Fauci, the fool himself, the eugenicist, bad Nazi bastard himself, he always told you to wear a mask. But anybody knows if there's any kind of pathogen, any kind of plague, the first thing you see when there's plagues is they cover their entire face with what? Biohazard headwear that covers the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the ears. If you breathe in spores and you cover this, what about your eyes? What about your ears? How come they didn't give gas masks during the so-called pandemic? How come they didn't do that? Because were they really trying to help you, or were they really trying to just, lull you back into your Christian or your religious mindsets? Now, don't get me twisted. I'm not blaming all Christians, because I think most religious people are formulated mind control participants. Like they're all like every religion, it has a strong amount of mind control. That's why you're seeing everybody act a fool right now. You're seeing out in India, they're beating Muslims. Like, how come that's happening? I didn't know Hindus did that. I thought Hindus were calm and peaceful people. They beating women over in India, beating Muslims like they were like their dog, worse than dogs on the street, and women. I'm really shocked at that. But maybe I shouldn't be. Everything's being revealed in this time. And then you got what's going on with the whole thing in Gaza. Then you got the thing happening in Congo. And they're all basically headed by religious fanatics, right? Every single thing that you are seeing out here that you would deem is forms of genocide, it is all linked to religious heads. Like people, they may not be religious, but they are participants, and they are a party to religions. So if you look, it doesn't, listen, the olive tree is not that far spread apart, okay? And I mean the olive tree. If you look and see who is heading the Congo, which type of religious person, because it's one person who's causing all that in the Congo, and look at his religious background. Look over in Haiti and look at the person at the top who's heading all this. It's the same religious background, and the same people that are in the Middle East causing it. It's the same people. Okay, it's the Malakians. Okay, the Malakians who are doing this, they are heading all this, and I think they've done this since World War I. I think World War I, World War II is all a loop, and this is World War III. It always happens the same way. The exodus out of Egypt, that's the exodus out of the Americas, because America is Egypt. America is ground zero, and that's when you have, I think on the 10th, interesting, another Jewish holiday on the 10th. They celebrate the exodus out of Egypt. Interesting. So we have another Hebrew reference to the leaving out of Egypt. I wonder what's going to make everybody have to leave Egypt. Okay. You could jump ship now, or you could wait until everybody's trying to jump ship. It's going to be harder for you to find a life jacket and a lifeboat if you leave it with everybody else. I'm just saying. Okay. Did I get every point in? I wanted to make the reference. Should I bring, okay, so I'm going to share the link with, hold on, let me put my security on first. Hold on. Let me put my security on first. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set out a share. Wait. Melissa, would you mind putting this link inside of the chat in YouTube? I'm going to send it to you. If you don't mind, Melissa's like the best with this. Hold on, y'all. Where is my thing? Oh. Okay. Now, thank you, Melissa. Okay, so listen, y'all, you can come in. I'm not letting everyone in. I'm going to let you in one at a time. Have your name, have your face up there. If you can't show your face, don't come in because I'm about that life. I want to know who I'm speaking to. Don't come in here acting brand new. You know what I mean? Just like I show my face and my, what you call my saggy boobies, right? I come and show you me. Why won't you show me you? So if you want to come in and add your comment, if you're experiencing something, if you know something's going down where you are, did you actually witness SpaceX? Do you see that there's some brain infection going around where you are? Did you notice some parasites in the ice by you? Did you know about this pandemic that was coming? Please come in respectfully, come in. I'm going to vet each person out. The link, Melissa put the link in. You can just open up the link, but you have to have your name. You don't have to have your real name. I don't want you to, we have, crazies in here. But your name and also you have to come and talk. You have to be cammed up, okay? And remember, I'm not one to make you, I don't require you to come with makeup and all that stuff. Come as you are. This is ridiculous. Well, there's no reason that you should feel like you can't come on the camera. You're all beautiful and wonderful. I think a lot of times you put more pressure on yourself. I came in here, I'm not all dolled up and everything. I came in here just kind of like with my little, my day outfit and so on, just to come and talk to you guys. Okay. So, I'm waiting for people to come in. So, Melissa put the link. If you want to come in and ask a question, please keep it topic based. I don't want to have to make it one question. Don't make it a whole lot of questions. Please be respectful, and I'll take people in one at a time. Thank you, Melissa. Okay. Be respectful. Ask one question. Please do not hold the whole. It's only fair. I want to have a couple of people come in here and share. If you come from another country, please share. If you come from India, Israel, Pakistan, Africa, any diaspora of Africa, South Africa. Oh, okay. Okay, so you have to be cammed up. Oh, we got people already. I'm gonna take you one at a time, one question, then I'm gonna remove you from the chat, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got a couple people. I'm gonna take the first. I'm gonna take them in order. Okay, let's take Mariah. Okay, Maria. Hey, Maria. Is it Mariah? Maria? Is it Mariah? I think. Hey, Mariah. You can take your mute off, Mariah. I know it may be hard. There you go. Hi, Mariah.
Hi.
Hi, pretty girl. See, she camped up. She's so pretty. Hi, Mariah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. What would you like to add to the topic today?
There's really nothing for me to add. I was just listening in.
Oh, okay. Did you have anything that you're going through? Are you seeing anything weird? Where are you coming from? What state?
I'm in New York, and it's raining crazy right now. It didn't snow, thank God.
Don't touch the rain, okay?
Oh, okay.
Don't
I
touch
went
the rain.
out a little bit, but
Okay. Just clean out your nose. Do a little neti pot, clean out your nose with some salt. And just like if you get exposed to it, just, try to wash your face and everything when you come indoors. And you have your hair covered, so that's okay.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariah. Thanks for coming in. She cammed up. Look how pretty she is. Okay. Thank you, Mariah. All right, let's go to our next person. Pachamama? Pachamama. Pachamama. Oh, I like that name. Pachamama, come on in. I think I let Pachamama in. Did I? Hold on. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Pachamama, come on in. Oh, look at the beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. Hey, how are you? Oh, that's so pretty. I liked your the hummingbird. It's so nice.
Oh,
That was really nice.
oh,
Hey, Pachamama.
yes, it's me. Oh my God. I can't believe it.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
What would you like to add or speak about? Do you see anything, witnessing anything? What's going on? What neck of the woods are you coming from?
I'm coming from, well, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now.
Georgia. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm from the Bay Area in California.
Oh, Kelly's in the house, Bay Area. So you notice anything strange happening, anything going on in Atlanta? Any weirdness, any strangeness, any chemtrails that's different?
Yes.
Please share.
There's definitely an increase in chemtrails. They're they're a lot thicker. They're spreading faster. Um, the weather is really unstable, but it's been unstable since I've been here. I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
And when I talk to the natives, they always say, oh, this is the first time this happened this year, or this is the first. I'm like, well, where is the regular pattern? So I can't really grasp what the regularity is supposed to look like. I can't really tell.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, so it's the weather is doing something different. I noticed that me and my daughter, I have a daughter, she's 24,
Mhm.
and I don't know, it's like the way we're processing food is
Not the
really
same.
weird.
Not
It's
the
not the same. It's not the same. It's
Did
doing
you
something.
find your stomach, like your stomach doesn't really digest, or you get like weird reactions with your body?
Yes, yes. And one of the things I wanted to ask you was if
Yes.
you knew of a really good probiotic, like what's one of the best probiotics out there?
Um, the best thing that I think that works the best is like, and I used to be against this as a melanated person, but it really works, especially with my little ones, is kimchi or a form of kombucha that you can make
Mhm.
yourself. They have
Okay.
this really great kit. You can, as long as you have it in a dark area, when you make your own fresh kombucha, your stomach just nicely, because it's like an acidophilus, like you can take an acidophilus that you can get from
Mhm.
Whole Foods. But I find when you make your own kimchi or you actually make your own kombucha, your
Mhm.
stomach settles, like it processes food better.
Mhm.
Your digestive system seems less chaotic. So I would
Mhm.
suggest getting the kombucha kit because you know they planning all this craziness. We can't trust nothing in the store no more. Especially a
Exactly.
lot of it's targeting melanated people. Okay.
Mhm. I know. I know.
So, and you live in the Mecca of brownness, which I love.
Yeah.
But with the Mecca of brownness and a lot of spiritual awakening there, you do know that that is targeted number one. That's what they did to Malachi Z. York and his whole foundation over there on the 33rd parallel.
Yeah. And it's really like hard to get the same amount of organic fruits and vegetables that I had access to in California.
Yeah.
Um, it's not the same.
You
So
should have farms. Aren't there? There used to be some good, like, um, I remember like kind of like my mother-in-law, there was like these like farms, like they would have these open arenas. See if they do. Try to go to the farmers because they're not feeding if you do animals, they don't feed their animals craziness. The stuff is usually really organic, meaning they don't put pesticide stuff, they do it naturally. See if you can get a nice raw like a farmer's market that does it. Because I know Atlanta, Georgia has a lot of them. So see if you can
mhm.
find a market. Don't go to the store. Because I
Yeah.
even when I have to go, no, you can't. There's like wax on things. You can't verify everything. And they make it fake fruit now.
Yeah. They're making the fruits and vegetables with the mRNA in
Yep.
them.
Yep. They
So
told,
it's
but
like,
they told, but we can't get mad because they told us, just like in the universe, they're always going to tell you what they're going to do. So once they tell you, that's really on us. It's like what's something consent? It's like
disclosure, it's like a soft
it's
disclosure
it's
or
self-disclosure. Like they tell you, it's like, okay, it's on you at that point.
mm,
But for a nice kimchi is really good for you too, like cabbage, like a nice fermented kind of good for your gut
mhm,
kimchi or like a kombucha, and you can make it, and it
mm,
tastes so good when you make it. You can pick it with like passion fruit, mango, do your little flair on it, and that'll be good for you and your daughter, especially. And also watch her eggs because she's got your grandbabies in her. And I always say,
yeah.
Mama, you got to protect the babies. So make sure she has an EMF, a wrap on her tummy. Keep that on her womb area. It's like it's for radiation. You can
Mhm.
put it, I had it when I was pregnant, but you can put it on her tummy just to protect her eggs. Too much radiation. We want to make sure she has healthy fertility later on because that's being compromised right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. You were great. See, I love it. Our sea stars are so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you for coming. You know what I'm saying? They always say that we don't cam up. Yes, we do. And everybody's looking good. You looking good. Go ahead, mama. All right. All right. Thank you for coming in. I'll talk to you later. Bye. So we have our sea star there. That's wonderful. Let's take Roger. We got a sun star coming in. Come in, Roger. Hey, Roger. Roger? I think we got Roger. Let's see. Roger. Can you hear me, Roger? I don't know if it's Cam. Roger? I think it's going to take him a minute. Roger? Okay, Roger. I don't know if you can't, it may be his first time on Zoom. Roger, I'm going to have to go move on a little quickly, okay? So Roger, let me put you back into the room. Okay, Roger, okay. So let's go. Oh, I see some of our sea stars in here. Okay, hold on. I want to go in order. Okay, Universe Hack. I like that. Come in, Universe Hack. Hi, Universe. What the heck, Universe? I love it. Hey, Universe. Oh, hey, Sunstar. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing all right.
Oh, you got a masculine voice. Finally, masculinity in our lives. Thank you. Thank you. Please, we need you so badly. No, because the men, you're not wearing nail polish. You look like a real man. Thank you for coming in our lives. Please know that we need you. Don't listen to the other ones. I'm telling you before we start. Okay?
I don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear the noise. I don't hear the noise.
Go ahead. Go ahead and share. Where you coming from? What neck of the woods?
Yeah, so Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's where I'm at.
North Carolina. Okay. So what's going on over there?
Hey, everything is pretty smooth over here. It just feels like sometimes I feel like well, I guess I get into this, but then I do have a specific question.
Yes.
So here it just feels like I'm around a lot of NPCs. That's what it feels like. I don't know if it's just me because I just the way I've
It's
kind
not
of
you.
transition timelines,
Yeah.
right? You said
It's not you. You're feeling what you're acknowledging what you're seeing. It's people aren't, it's filler
Gotcha.
people. Yeah.
Right. So I feel, I mean, even when I go places, it just feel like I'm just like it. Granted, I know I walked into the place, but it just feels like I was kind of just dropped there to observe whatever I came to do.
Yeah.
And then everybody just seems so, I don't know. Like for instance, my daughter my daughter does theater, and we just went to one of her plays, and it was me and my younger daughter.
A proactive dad. I love
Oh
it.
no, for sure, yeah,
I'm
I
a
got to be
daddy's
there.
girl. I love it. I love it.
That's what's up. But yeah, it just feels like, when I go places like that or even out, and about, grocery shopping or whatever,
Yeah.
it just feels like it's just people just like
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get
right,
worse. Yeah. Yeah.
right. That's
Just don't
crazy.
interact with them too long, like in Jumanji. Just have a conversation, keep it moving. Because
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I peep the energy signature, and okay, you just what you offering. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, hey,
that's right.
goodbye. You want small talk? And then some of them want to talk to me all the time.
Yeah, they
it's
do.
funny. It's
Yeah.
funny. So
It's
I
like a
just try
video
to
game. It's a video game.
that's hilarious. My question though is, me and my
Sure.
wife had went to a wedding when one of my buddies was getting married in California.
Yes.
My first time being to California, I've always kind of hung out on the West Coast. I mean, the East Coast and everything. I've been on Atlanta, Florida, Virginia, Washington, all the places. But to me, and I don't know if this because I started sun gazing, but like I sun gaze like in the middle of the day as well.
Good.
So, right. So, but the sky looks so different there to me. Like it almost felt like the sky was closer to me for some reason. I don't know if that's
What
a
part of
weird
Cali?
thing. I don't know.
What part of Cali were you in?
So we flew into LAX, and then we was in Anaheim, but then we went to the observatory. I guess that's in Hollywood Hills, I think.
Oh yeah. It's nice.
So we
Yeah.
it was super nice, but the sky just looked so different. Even when I came back, the sky just everything looked like it's just different. It was more vibrant, more colorful. Like I said, and I guess doing the sun gazing that I'm doing, because even my daughter I was like, baby, go look at the sun. That's too bright. I said, just train your eyes. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you for long. Just keep doing it.
Sure.
But so even when I sun gaze now, like it's like middle day right now. So right now, yeah, it's like 4:57 now. I
Yeah.
look at the sky and it's like a portal that I'm looking at. Like it doesn't
Well,
even hurt my eyes like that.
we're getting close to that eclipse time, and there's a lot going on within the simulation. And also,
Right.
I think they've got all these Mandela updates, like updates in a video game. So things aren't the same. Like you think you're seeing 10 stars, and then next week is 5. Or then you
Right.
think the Orion's over here, and next time it's over here. The sun used to rise in a certain direction, and now the moon's doing it. So we've got all these changes or shifts within our field. And
Right.
I think you just engage as necessary. Like it doesn't matter what direction anything comes or what shows up. You engage with it as you would in any other time. An update is an update. Like if you get an update on your phone, you just keep moving with a new proficient way of dealing
Right.
with your electronics. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's
Right.
what
Right.
it is. But also make sure with the little ones, well, you got big little ones too. Make sure with the little ones, especially girls, we protect them. Remember, I talked about the other mama. You know, they have their eggs for life. I always talk about that because it's never spoken about. Protect them, make sure they're not exposed to too much radiation. Daddy, make sure they're not putting the phones on their tummy. You know what I mean? That's really important.
Yes.
And just make sure you do forms of chelation. Get the metals out of everybody with EDTA powder. Just get that. Have the little ones bathe in it. You know, once I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a, you know, I am a referee sometimes, but it's okay. So I gotta say that, but it's just what I do. So I always suggest things that I do because I'm not a doctor. Okay. But I just say do chelation because what's coming now is going to be a higher frequency octave. And I love that you're sun gazing because that's a form of detox and also filtering out and also bringing in higher vibrations so that you almost like building your auric field and making it stronger. That's positive. And training your daughters to do it, which is like the bomb. Like keep doing that and influence the other gentlemen to do that too with their children. Like you can be like a wonderful point reference for other men so that they see how to, you know, help to train their children. Because that's what we're supposed to do as parents, you know, allow them to have better lives. But
Indeed.
I think you're doing amazing. Just be careful with like too much exposure, especially during the eclipse time. The zombies are coming. The fungus is among us. You know, people, if they start, you know, tweaking and twerking, just walk away. Just don't even.
Right.
Once they do one tweak too many, it's time to just walk away. Just lock the doors. Okay. Get the UV lights, spritz them with some UV light. Make sure. Okay. Just like in Greenland, they were checking people's eyes. It's interesting in that movie. If you've not seen Greenland, remember they were checking people's eyes to see who had the virus. Ooh, you got to watch that.
Okay.
You got a couple of things. Watch Body Snatchers because you saw the symbol. The Aleph was up in there, hidden in the 70s. Okay. Body Snatchers, and you got to watch Greenland.
Greenland. Okay.
Eyes to see who had what they had because I think that's going to be a marker. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Appreciate you as always to do what you do. Continue to, you know, just bless us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Bye.
Take care now. All right. Bye-bye.
Great. We had a sun star in the house. All right. So let's for another more soul knowledge. Oh, I love the names. Come in, more soul knowledge. Are we getting some? We're getting some amazing. Look at it. Everybody's ready, y'all. I was nervous for the collective. I think we're straight. More soul knowledge. Ooh, look at that insignia. And it's in Hebrew. Oh, snap. This is a real more. Come in, more soul knowledge.
Hey, give me 1 second.
Another Sunstar. Oh my God. Let me give you some love, Sunstar. We so appreciate masculinity. We do need you. Don't listen to the other ones. They're just under my control. We really need you to be supportive and loving and protected. So just putting that out there.
Thank you. Gratitude.
Right.
Hey, so first and foremost, Flowburn, thank you so much for having, you know, your viewers, your supporters on here. You have a very familiar energy, so I just want to let you know that first and foremost. And yeah, we appreciate you very much. I guess I have a question slash thought that I would like to share, if you don't mind.
Sure. Absolutely.
First and foremost, I kind of came in late. Me and my wife, because you spoke to my wife earlier just now,
I
just so
love
you know.
Oh, that was your wife? Oh, I love
Yeah,
it. I love
Pachamama.
it. Okay, good,
Yeah.
mama.
So, just since we just kind of came in, I maybe asked you a question that you may have already spoken on.
Okay,
I'll have to
that's fine.
rewind it. But what are your thoughts in regards to what we are going to expect from this eclipse? Like in terms of practices. Like I mean, we've heard like you shouldn't be staring at the eclipse first and foremost, but what do you foresee to come after?
I think the eclipse is a countdown. I
Hmm.
think once I saw it in the movie and it solidified, I do know that there it is a countdown to another pandemic. This one's more lethal. The first one was a beta test in 2020. This is the real deal, and it affects the brain. I've confirmed that people in a lot of different states are experiencing some weird kind of brain inflammation that they're not talking about publicly. You notice they like to share things publicly. How come we're not hearing about that? Okay. So I personally think the eclipse, I the solar eclipse has always been positive for me, but it depends on you energetically. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it will interface with each person as necessary as they qualify. I never really put a one serve all, fill all kind of thing because we all come with a different directive and also a different frequency and a different vibrational pattern. So I think the solar eclipse is in that last solar eclipse, it was really positive for me. So I don't really feel that, but their warnings and their warnings are threats. That's how I take it. Their warnings are kind of like threatening for the collective, for a challenge to the collective. And also they're supposed to share those things before it happens. So this is what I think. I think April 8th is going to go with there's not going to be, this is my opinion. I don't think there's anything that's going to happen that day. I think it is a countdown. And generally, as someone who's worked with fungi and spores and mold before in a petri dish, if something is going to come about, ritualistic or otherwise, generally with rituals, it's like 7 to 9 days. And with anything that's a pathogen or virus, it's usually 7 to 14 days. I think we're going to see something within that time frame show up. I think we need to pay attention to people, places, and things. Also see if they code things like measles, and really it's like a form of like brain inflammation. You got to look at codes because they're going to put a code in front to cloak it, and it's going to be something else behind. They're never quite transparent with us. It's almost like, cloak and daggers. Okay. So energetically, I think if you qualify, it's going to upgrade you genetically. That's a good thing. The codes, the cellular memories within the melanin become expansive and crack open like an ancient, code that needed a certain frequency to reveal itself. So that I think is definitely coming, which is positive. I think everyone is going to have an up leveling in that way, so long as they're not eating hamburgers, mass destruction, drinking Coca-Cola every day, Pepsi Cola. You know what I mean? If you are basically just a harmonic person, you're going to have amazing revelations during this time. And that's the 8th. It's going to crack open the egg, like almost like reveal the yolk. Definitely. Because we have to be able, just like in a video game, they always give you what you need at the time you need it. So if we're getting some diabolical zombie fungi apocalypse, you're going to be up level to be able to accommodate for this new challenge in your lives. Always. And always people, places, and things. So people will come in sharing like we're talking here. Things will just come to you, like your homeboy says, hey, I've got this great new, herb. It's really good. It's like it gets rid of inflammation. It's like things will just come to you. But watch the people around you that are more susceptible to mind control. Just like in 2020, you saw your friends, family, and people and religious structures that basically threw themselves under the bus and others. Okay. Just like in the so-called Holocaust, when their neighbors were throwing them under the bus. Watch for Walmarts closing around you, super centers. That lets me know that they're going to be used as FEMA camps. Remember, they're still talking about the smart cities. How come when you go in a grocery store, there's only one teller now and 50 million, like automated systems now, you self-checkouts? Why are they having all these machineries taking over? Because our system is shutting down. It is over. And for them to shut it down like that, that means they're not going to accommodate for as many people that we so-called are here. But you know how I think. I don't think a lot of people are real anyway. I think a lot of people are NPCs.
Backdrop
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Loopers.
Yeah. I just got one quick thing.
Sure.
In terms of yesterday, like I'm not sure if you had spoke about it, but yesterday was 3/22, so that's the big Skull and Bones Day, and I noticed that there was a lot of information in terms of war, like Putin, that attacking Moscow,
Data
and then
downstate. Yeah.
yeah, and then what Candace Owens after she had the debate with the rabbi dude, like
She
all of these things.
got fired. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of felt like that was kind of like in my opinion, I think it was kind of like the precursor before like whatever is gonna take place after the eclipse, because all of
I,
that culmination of energy. So, but thank
I
you once again, Flo
thank
Burn.
you again. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming up and showing up. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Uh,
gratitude.
peace.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of talk about, gentlemen, what he just said with the Candace Owens. Candace Owens, and I think some of you heard what I said on my community. Candace Owens had sacrificed her, used herself as a sacrificial lamb to basically create a platform on the subjugation and the self-loathing that is generated by the social media and all of the networks that want brown women to feel a feeling of not mattering or not being valid or just being kind of like spoofed a little bit. She built her whole platform on that. I really don't feel bad for Candace. She made her bed. When she walked on a show with the rabbi talking about how she has Jewish friends, like that's how Lunars sound when they say they have Black friends. Oh, I got Black friends, so I can't be prejudiced. I have Black children, mixed children, so I can't be prejudiced. That's like the biggest mind control, like a form of automated kind of speech that someone does to kind of like cloak things that are going on with them. I think she's a self-hating person. I think she's beautiful. Let me say this. Candace Owens is a very beautiful. She's from my neck of the woods. She's from Westchester County. I think she was in White Plains, New York. I'm from Mount Vernon. She went to school in Connecticut. She's like the standard of the women that I've grown up with, but also I also can see her for someone who doesn't love herself, who generates everything and not love. And I wasn't trying to say that you shouldn't have lunar friends and so on in the pictures. I'm just going to sidebar with this because I want to kind of touch on that because people saw the community and they saw me kind of speaking on this. But I think the biggest thing is we have to really support self-love. And Candace is someone who really represents self-loathing. For her to go on and talk to the rabbi, who obviously is not the most sane person in the world. I don't really talk about that because it's non-relative, but she spoke about having Jewish friends and but she never once said anything like that when they attacked brown women or talked about how brown women were, terrible people or whores and so on. She never really gave, she never gave excuses or protective or kind of like said how that isn't true, but she does it with others. So I think Candace is getting a revelation and she's really getting a shadow pushed into her face. Like all the self-loathing is coming to her to the surface. I wish her well on her journey of really working with her shadows and really going in deep and loving herself. And I really wish for her to love herself and to gain that inner perspective that we all had to do. I just think that everything that she created blew up in her face. And she realized that all of these people that so-called are coming for her are just illusions of whatever's on the inside of her coming back to her from the outside. That's all. So I wanted to say that about Candace. I do wish her well. She has children. I always say I want mothers to just gain better perspective and love for self. But when someone hates themselves and they hate people who look like them, there's always going to be a consequence, especially now. So I wanted to speak on that. So let's go to the next person who's in the chat. So let's go to Sister Lisa. That's one of ours. That's one of our Zoomies. Come in, Lisa. I know it's her. Look at that. She got the protection on. Go ahead, Lisa. Come on in. Peace. Lisa? I don't think she could talk. Lisa? You there? No? Lisa? I don't know for sure. Lisa, are you there? If you are, I can't hear you, Lisa. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to put you back in the chat real quick and then see if you can fix the mic because I don't think the mic is working. Okay? So hold on. Where Where is my thing? Hold on, Lisa. Okay. Let's go to Ian. I think it's Ian or Ian. Ian? Ian. Hey, Ian. I think it's Ian. Ian? I don't want to mispronounce your name. You can kind of tell me what your name is. Hey, Ian or Ian. Hello, hello. Greetings, greetings. Another beautiful sister. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Hey, how are you?
I'm so happy too. Do you remember me? I met you in Vermont, by the way, a while
Yes, you did.
ago
That's right. Oh my God. Hey,
from
bonjour.
Montreal.
Comment ça va?
I'm in Africa now. Ça va bien, merci. Et
Oh my
toi?
God. What part of Africa are you?
Yes, yeah, Kukurachi just kicked my ass out of Canada. And the main thing was like Montreal was insane with the lockdown, and we had mandatory, like I think 3 months after I left Canada was like mandatory to have the shot to leave. So I was so happy that I escaped that nonsense. I came here and people were like hanging out on the street together. I felt so
Oh,
welcome. I was so happy. So yeah, I'm here, and I don't know. This is everybody's talking about it. Even people who are not aware of much are talking about the eclipse, and it's insane to me. Like why everybody are aware of what's going on in the sky. Well, and the crazy part is, I'm in Africa, in a place where it's not even recognized. Okay, it's like a little peaceful place where it's a part of Somalia, but it's called Somaliland, and they want their independence forever from that madness because it's like 5 bases in Somalia, American bases, and they're building 2 other bases there. So like American, yeah, it's yeah.
It's
But
Somali
where I am is
American bases?
absolutely 5 of them, 5 of them, and they're building 2 others. So it's a lot going on here that they don't want people to emancipate from the nonsense. Colonization never ends. It's just,
Person.
you
Are there a
know,
lot of Americans? Are there a lot of Americans?
really
Are there a lot of Americans over there?
bring them.
Uh-oh. Our connection. Oh goodness. I don't want to.
Wait 2 seconds.
There we go. There we go. You're there. You're there. You're good. You're good. Okay.
Hello?
It's good now. Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
I don't hear
yes.
you anymore though.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you anymore.
Go back out and come back in, and I'll let you back. X out, go out, and then come back in. Go out.
Okay.
Oh, keep talking. Keep talking. Talk. No, talk. I can hear
Yeah.
you. Talk.
You can
keep
hear
talking.
me?
Yes. 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 Talk.
Okay, so yeah, basically I want you to know why everybody is so aware and they talking about it everywhere, like literally. And mostly it's America who's like gonna be seeing this eclipse, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So most of the events gonna happen in that neighborhood, or it's gonna be global? Yeah.
In the United States. Here.
So
here.
I pray for you. I will send you all my good vibes. So yeah, it's so
Awesome.
nice to see you. I'm so happy to have you in my life. Every time I talk about a subject, and it's from your knowledge because you share so much, mashallah. And I actually say my friend Florber to my friends.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by the way, right now it's Ramadan. It's a Muslim country, and
Yes.
we dry fasting. So I will suggest everybody to actually do that. You know, try to cleanse the most they can of all those toxins to be able to get back the strength. You know.
Absolutely. Thank you
I
so
love
much.
you a lot. Take care, you and your
Bye.
family. I have so much respect and regard for you guys.
Same likewise.
Have a
Same.
good one. I'm gonna continue watching you.
Okay.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. Okay. I'm gonna put her back in the waiting room. Okay. Oh my God, I met her when remember I did the we meet and greet in Vermont, and the sea stars came from Montreal. It was so amazing. We had such a good time. We met at a tea house. It was so much fun. It was like really cold in Vermont, and they came with like snowsuits. That was really fun. And I love that she's in Africa. But did you hear that, y'all? Somalia has 5 U.S. embassies. Did you know that? I don't like that. But that's Zoom. We're gonna have to discuss that because that just goes to show you how much bullying and influence the United States is doing in other people's countries. In Somalia, we don't even know that. Thank you for sharing that, Sea Star. She looks so beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna go to our next person. Okay. Lena Dawson. Lena Dawson. I think I said her name right. Lena Dawson. Lena Dawson. Let's see if she'll come in. I like doing this. This is actually quite fun. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Please put likes on the video if you like this kind of format. If you like when I have people come in as guests, I like to talk to you. I'm a pure Sag. I don't like talking to myself. I want to talk to the people. I want to talk to you guys. Did you come in, Lena? Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Okay, she's waiting to join. So let's wait another minute for Lena to join. And remember, Melissa put Melissa, can you put the link back in the chat for the new people coming in? Because they may have missed the link so that other people can come in and join. I'll do this for like another couple minutes. Ah, Lena. Lena, hello. Lena Dawson. Hello. Let's see if Lena, I don't know if her thing will work. Hey, Lena. Is it my connection or maybe it's the connection here? Lena, can you hear me? If you can, try to turn on your mic and your camera. It took Lena, but it's gonna. Can you turn on your mic and your camera, Lena? I don't think her thing is working. Hey, Lena, I'm gonna put you back in the actual waiting room, and you can come back in when your camera's working. Okay, Gabrielle, I'm gonna bring in Gabrielle. Gabrielle, come on in. Gabriel, I think it's Gabriel. I want to say it correctly. Hey, Gabriel. Hi. Oh, and little ones too. Hello. Hi. Hello. How are you? Oh, wait. Do you have your mic on? Oh, just click your mic. Perfect.
Oh yeah, I was just coming in to watch.
Perfect. Oh, okay. Hi. See, and little ones come. See, that's why I always say, everyone, it's important for us to only speak appropriate because we have little ones in the room. You know what I mean? Hi, mommy. How are you? Where are you coming from, Gabrielle?
Florida.
What part of Florida? Central, south, or north?
Central, near Jacksonville.
Okay. How's it going there weather-wise? Anything different?
It's been like random storms, but it's been pretty warm and nice.
I miss Florida. Don't get me started.
Love
Remember,
it.
I was in Atlanta for the longest time. Yeah. I miss it a little bit. Yeah.
We just moved from Chicago, so
Ooh.
I'm loving it here.
I know you were. Listen, I know this is bliss, like the warmer weather, your little one, they can go outside and play in the warm air. It's nice. I see you. So does he like Florida more than Chicago?
Do you
like
Florida?
Yeah.
You do? What do you like best about Florida?
I like everything about it.
You like everything about it. That's a good job, mommy. Good job, mommy. You made a good. Well, thanks for joining us. Okay. So
Yeah,
join
thank-
on. We'll bring some more people in. But thanks for joining. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, sweetheart.
So sweet. Oh my God. I love it. The little ones are in the house, y'all. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's bring in another person. Come on in. And that's why, listen, y'all, when I say it's important for us not to curse or to speak belligerent, we have little ones in the room. And that's a testimony. Like a lot of times, like I'm a mom, especially when my little ones are like, especially when they're young, you don't want to go on and have to put earbuds. Sometimes you want to listen to a video and know that you can sit down with your little ones and listen. So I think that's a great testimony that our Sea Star is sitting there with her little one listening to the show. Okay, Jesse Williams is coming in. Jesse Williams, come on in. Jesse Williams, we'll wait till they come in. Check on it. I'm liking this format, everyone. Isn't it kind of casual? I made my own coffee. Remember, I'm not drinking the sometimes I do. Don't get it twisted. Come in, Jesse. I'll wait until Jesse comes in. Jesse, they're still connecting. Hold on, let me give them a minute. Okay, I think they're in. Jesse? Jesse, are you there? You just have to push your mic and your camera. I don't know if you can. Sometimes, be patient, everyone, because sometimes people are not used to using Zoom. So I give them a moment to try to kind of be able to click in and get into the Zoom. Jesse, I'm gonna give you another minute. And if not, I'm just gonna put you back in the waiting room and see if you can kind of finagle a little bit with your camera and everything. Jesse, no? Okay, Jesse, I'm just gonna put you back in the waiting room and see. I'll bring you back in later and see if you can kind of get in. Okay. All right, so we're gonna bring in our next person. We're gonna keep it moving. Laite. I like the names. Beautiful names in here. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Laite coming in. Oh, look at the sea star. Look at the pretty picture. Oh, another beautiful sea star. Hi, Laite. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I want to make sure we can't hear ourselves in the background. Hold on.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I have you on the
another
TV
sea
as well.
star. How are you?
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Vous parlez français?
Oui, un peu.
Votre parent c'est français?
No, je prends, I'm all on my own. I've learned it from online and in school.
Okay.
Yep.
Where are you coming from? What neck of the woods are you representing?
I am in LA. I've been living here for almost 10 years now, so I'm so happy that I get to talk about all of the strange things.
Okay, let's get it in. Let's get it in. Kelly, you guys are getting like phenomenon. Come on.
We have. So first snow I've ever seen in LA last year. Then we had that hurricane, which was very heavy rain. We've gotten more rain in the last year than probably all 10 years combined that I've been here.
They're wetting your landmass, and I think that's purposefully done too.
I think so as well. I hike at night and all the time in the mountains, so I have footage of very strange like military activity as well as UAPs, and it's on my channel if you guys want to check it out at the Pathless Woods 333. I had to add the 333 because YouTube created a gaming channel with the same exact name as me. Because you know how they do when you try to expose things.
They're haters. They're really haters. They're the biggest trolls. They are. YouTube is a troll.
They really are. I'm like, you made a kids game with the same channel name as me, only without the numbers.
They've been doing. Yeah, they're trying to. It's a way to infiltrate, and especially if you have a channel that's legitimately sharing things, they don't want the collective to have access to it. Yeah,
totally. If I share something about women not wearing makeup, like, or that goes crazy. But when I share,
and I want to say this. Look, I want to say to the sea stars, I'm going to use you as you don't mind, right? Because I'll do this. Look how beautiful our sea stars. We had a couple sea stars come in here. No one had makeup on. Look how beautiful. And I want to say this because I think a lot of sea stars feel like they can't walk around as they are. When we were younger, we never wore makeup. Like if we had anything, it's like lip gloss and eyeliner. That's like to be special.
Thank you. Yes, I got dragged on my channel for speaking about that, but I was at least happy to get some push.
Why? dragged for being organic and speaking about being organic and being satisfied with how you look.
Well, unfortunately, the women came for me and they were like, well, you're the atypical standard of beauty, and basically that I sounded like a pick me, which I'm in my mid-30s, so I don't need to be plucked or picked. Okay, I'm grown.
Anyway,
but it is crazy how they come when you're just trying to tell women that we hold the power. So how we choose to dress, how we choose to show ourselves, men are going to want that regardless. So we set the standard.
Like if you walk around like this in Central and South America, the women are walking around without makeup like that. It is very natural. And I think you are probably getting attacked by bots too. Be careful of that too. They'll send bots.
Certainly. Yes. So I don't want to keep you too long, but I do want to say a few things that have been in the sky. I caught the SpaceX launch actually on Monday. That's also on my channel if you guys want to check that out. But specifically in 2021 December, right around peak travel time for the holidays, and that Omicron, I can't even remember which one variant it was now. I actually recorded on a busy Saturday or Sunday at the beach in Venice. Kids are playing. They actually have really big sand hills during the winter months where they can sled down the sand instead of snow.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
The kids love it, but unfortunately everyone was on their phones and not really looking up in the sky, and there were military planes spraying just overhead, not your usual contrails, but like gray matter that literally hung and expanded over the sky for the next couple hours. And then everyone was getting sick within the next few weeks. I don't believe in coincidence when you have that intuition, as you know.
I agree.
So yes, it has been very weird here. Aside from the daily contrails with the X's and the A's, like you said, invasion of the body snatchers, it's happening.
Listen, when you saw it at the beginning of the movie and it was in the 70s, I was showing it on Zoom to the Zoomies and I was like, oh, just watch the body snatchers. I didn't expect to see anything. And you know, when your eyes are open to other things, because you got to watch things that you didn't watch years ago.
Oh, yes.
We're going into opening scene and seeing that, why would they have that in the clouds?
They have to. I really think that we are under, as you call it, you know, light code lockdown or the yellow grid row. Yeah. I truthfully believe that magic is real. And one of the laws of the universe is they have to give you free will. They have to put it in plain sight. So it's always there for us to decode as long as we're not distracted, you know?
True. And even in video games do the same thing. Like right before something's about to happen, they always give you all the tools necessary to be able to overcome the obstacles coming ahead. It's the same. Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, it's so beautiful to meet you and see you. I'm glad that we have someone representing Cali. Just don't touch the hail or the snow or the water. I wouldn't touch anything. And
I'm not doing it.
The fungus is among us now. So just keep anti-sporish. Anything that's spores, if they tell you there's pollen, I wouldn't trust the pollen at this point.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. But thank you again. And thank you for representing real women, just being confident in yourself. And I think I think just seeing you come on and the other sea stars coming on looking absolutely stunning and beautiful as you are. And I don't want to say for women who do wear makeup, but I'm saying that there isn't anything you have to make up. There's no reason to make up because all of you are really just perfect. So thank you. Keep showing like this on your channel so that it encourages especially our younger sea stars to feel more confident in themselves. Okay?
Thank you so much, Blair. It's truly a pleasure.
Thank you. Beautiful. Take care. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Natural sea stars showing up, y'all. Don't hate, appreciate. I'm such a cliche. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so let's take in another sea star. I know Lynn McKenzie. That's oh, wait, no, wait. Lynn, where are you? Okay, wait, Lynn. I think I know Lynn McKenzie, and that's an Irish name, right? Come in, Lynn. I love that. The Irish are really represented over in Ireland. Big up to our family in Ireland. Because Ireland is really they are bruck up. They're like, you know, because they always compare them to the Negroes of the States, but they are just fearless, beautiful people. I think they don't get as much credit as they should. Ireland is really against all of the Malachians. They are really just showing up with righteousness and really human rights and just saying that when we see something and it isn't right and it isn't conscious, we're going to speak on it. So I love it. Come on in. Lynn's? Oh, Lynn. Let's see if Lynn can come in. Lynn, let's see if your camera will come in. Lynn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't know how to get my camera up.
Push the camera, the video. I think it's like a video. It says stop video and start video. See if you see that little camera down at the bottom or at the top. I don't know where it is on your camera will come in. There you go. There you go. I see you.
Oh, okay.
Another Sunstar. Go ahead, Sunstar.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was the luck of the Irish, but no. But remember, the Irish also were melanated back in the days. You've got a very Irish name.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm native to this land regardless.
That's right. That's right. Of all, to be honest. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm moving around right now, but I just want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Or make a statement.
Please. Go ahead.
Okay. What I wanted to bring up is that as far as like the weather is concerned,
yes,
I live in Alabama, good old Alabama.
Oh, beautiful Alabama. Yes, yes.
And what I have found out about the weather is the weather that we normally get this time of year, we're not getting it because we normally that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's happening kind of like up north from us now. The weather that we would be getting, like all the storms and all that kind of stuff, is happening in like in Ohio and Kentucky and places like that. Our weather is cooler this year.
So you're experiencing like pole shifting, like a pole shifting, like things geographically not moving along to a different temperature, and you're not experiencing the same temperature you get every year.
Right.
Interesting.
So that's just one of the differences that we're experiencing down here. And basically, I just want to let you know I appreciate your work. You're a beautiful soul, and you're telling the truth. And we're not getting that in this society. We're getting all the different stuff thrown at us, and we having to dodge it. And what I'm experiencing right now is that a lot of I guess the only way to say it is a lot of the zombieism is like it's kind of being attracted towards us. And I think more or less it's kind of like a test for us too.
True.
To see if we're able to separate ourselves from the third dimension and live in our fifth dimension. Because right now we're in the middle of a shift. And that's what most people are experiencing.
I agree.
And I want to apologize because we're getting a lot of that.
That sky behind you is everything. Let me just, that sky behind you is everything. The sky, woo, just give me some of that Alabama. Listen, that is Alabama. I'm feeling it. This is beautiful. I don't see a chemtrail. That is God's country.
And the sun, I'm gazing now. So
beautiful. You got that.
Just enjoying taking in the rays, taking in the vibes, taking in the information, and that's what's sustaining me right now. Because I'm going through a lot, but I understand that it's just the strength in me, and that's what we're it's kind of like a sharpening of the sword right now thing that we're kind of going through. But I'm loving it.
I love it.
I wouldn't rather be nowhere except here in Alabama, in my native land where I was born and I was raised.
I love it.
And I'm an Indian. And that's
right.
That's on everything.
Represent for the indigenous. I love it.
And that's all I had. I dropped that down. Good to talk to you. Love you.
Thank you again for bringing your masculine energy. We need you. We love you. Thank you so much. And representing for the indigenous up in Alabama, bringing that solar energy. We support it. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Bless you.
Oh, beautiful. That's our indigenous there. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we got our sun star over there representing. Did you guys feel that Alabama, like that vibration over there was powerful. Like there wasn't a chemtrail in the sky. He was sun gazing, had that beautiful melanin, that silver wisdom. Oh, listen, y'all. If you didn't think there were sun stars that were wide awake, you witnessing them today. I think this is what the universe is bringing. So sea stars, I know sea stars, we feel a certain way, but the sun stars are showing up and they got that strong, masculine, healthy, fatherly energy. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so let's bring in our another. Okay, let's bring in. All right, let's go in. Let's see. Okay. Tanisha DuBois. Tonisha, I love the spelling of her name. Tonisha, I'm bringing you in. How come I can't get you in? Here we go. There we go. Got Tanisha in there. Coming in, Tanisha. Hello, hello. Hi, Sea Star. Tanisha, I got you. The boy. The boys. Am I saying it right? The boys? Tanisha, push your mute and your camera. Let's see if you can do it. There you go.
Can you see me?
I can hear you.
Okay. It says unable to access my camera.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey, we see your pretty face.
Wonderful. So I wanted to talk about the church over here where I live. I live in Ohio, and this church called the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Ooh,
Elon
okay.
Musk bought the temple
Excuse
over
me?
here. Yes. And
Wait,
so
wait,
maybe it's like a
what?
yes. And so this is like my heart is beating so fast to say this, but I think everyone should know that and what they hold. If people could look at that location of the temple and map that location out.
Let's get the latitude. Okay, so can we get the latitude? Everyone in here, can someone get the latitude, longitude of
the church of the temple, excuse me, of Latter-day Saints in Kirtland, Ohio.
Kirtland, Ohio. Can someone get the latitude, longitude, and put it in the chat, please? This is important. Why would he buy that? Because churches hold stargates and vortexes.
Exactly. Let's talk about it. Now, my heart is beating so fast because map this area out and look at the street names. This particular point is also where James Garfield has his campaign home, still up standing. Yeah.
And also, don't you have a lot of children that went missing too? So they're doing rituals over there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, on the same nodal point, they built a meticulous Popeyes, and it has this specific smell that lingers during certain.
Not cooking people over there because they do stuff like that.
Oh yeah, stay away from the Popeyes is what I like to say.
Oh, the Popeyes chicken, y'all, a chicken of mass destruction. They may have the children up, and I don't want to say that, but I don't trust bastards. You just don't know. They're Satanists. They are. And Elon
and
Musk,
we should know this.
Yes, come on in. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I apologize because we should know this. There's also been RFID chip centers that meticulously popped up in this particular nodal point.
Oh, we need this on the map. C-Star is sharing something. Tanisha sharing with us, y'all.
In this area, there is the how can I say this? There's the United States, I believe it's a botanist. It's the United States Herb Society. No, if you look up
herbs and putting things in there, maybe planting some human remains in there. Remember they said they were going to do that in California, use them as fertilizer, dead bodies. Remember that?
And it's a lot going on over here. I don't want to say too much because my picture is up there. But you know that Palestine, Ohio, when they have that situation, the water is just so hard over here. It smells like chlorine. It's just
they're trying to
don't drink the water.
How are the people?
Drink the water. Oh, the people.
Yeah, tell me about the people.
As you know, there's a lot of people coming up missing. But then also the people are in this particular area that I'm describing, they're pretty oblivious, but there are also vape shops popping up on every corner. So there are these smoke shops that they have on almost every corner, and they just came out of the blue. So within the past year and a half, there's over 45 vape shops that have popped up in this particular area, and the
Yeah.
children are addicted to them. The children
Children?
are,
Wait,
yes,
children are doing vapes?
yes, very heavily, very heavily.
How are they getting access? Because isn't it illegal? What's the age? Is it young children or is
The
it the
age
old?
should be 21, but these are young children still in middle school.
So they're probably allowing the children to have access. It's probably geoengineered, has some sort of chemicalized bio, probably blocks the pineal gland from functioning. Maybe it atrophies it, causes maybe a dumbing and diminishing their IQ and lowering their ability to use critical thinking. I'm assuming that's why they have them all over.
That's how the children act. They're like
This
little
this is really
psyops.
terrible. We got it on the map now. We're gonna have to do an investigation and really bring some light, illuminate that area. Because the fact
And
that they're, yeah,
please.
I've never heard of this before.
Also, one of his well, you'll see this with the church, it's associated with consciousness. That is his goal, is to have control over consciousness.
I think he's a
But
bio. He doesn't even look natural.
well, if you look at that church, then you must look at the stocks invested in that church.
Oh, how big
You'll
is the
see
church? Is it really big?
the churches, oh my God. Look up the foundry of the church and how it was founded. And then also, and you have all of your favorite investors. Now
Oh.
they have they have our records, our birth records stored in a granite vault in Utah.
Mm, mm.
Utah
Utah, where
has
the
the
Mormons,
largest.
that's a big Mormon community over there.
Exactly,
Mm,
exactly. So
wow.
we need to, look up these Mormons in this Church of the Latter-day Saints because they do have our records. They have records stored in this granite mountain in Utah that's, no one has access to. But
So things like health records and all that stuff, the people's records, the records.
yes, yes. And then while I'm
Wow.
talking about that, I'll talk about Blue Cross Blue Shield because we need to look them up too. We need to look up these insurance companies and how they hold our records, even of our ancestors and all of our
Mm,
data information that they're sharing and selling to other countries are, I'm
our
saying a
data,
lot right now.
our data.
So
We're being sold, our birth certificates are being sold on the stock.
absolutely.
So I
And
guess
the
some new criteria
hospitals.
if you're salvageable, maybe, right?
Exactly. And the hospitals have those records of our DNA and our data. And remember those phones that Obama was giving out? Those phones he was giving out in the hood, in the
Oh yeah,
the urban neighborhood.
the, the welfare
Get
phone.
rid of those. Get the
Yeah.
welfare phone. Get rid of them because they're constantly emitting certain frequencies.
Wow. So they're projecting frequencies and people probably it can be used as a like a weapon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Certain codes will activate. Those towers that they put up so fast during the past 4 years, we
Yeah.
need to pay attention to those where
Yeah.
they're located. We need to really be hands-on in our children's lives.
That's right.
We need to be hands-on in the schools that they go to. I know people have their lives, but they made the movie already, Leave the World Behind.
They did. And also they told you about all of the infiltration with the food with they cloned Tyrone. They told you about the chicken, the hair products, the what was it, the juice, the grape juice in churches. Remember the grape juice in the churches? Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have to tell us, like you said. And so thank you for giving me a chance to say this because I've
Thank
been
you.
holding on to this information
You're
since
wide
last
awake.
year.
You're wide awake. I'm appreciative that you are that woke where you are. You're a torch. You're like a beacon and you're emitting that frequency. Just keep safe, keep your protection around you. Don't, you sound like you're well aware, just, how they get down. You know, you have that kind of awareness. And once you whistle, blow your whistle and it comes to somewhere like here, just pay attention to those who come around after.
Well, I trust that your good energy will protect me. You know, the spirit of the
Absolutely.
great dragons will protect me as I release this information into onto our beautiful planet. It's a beautiful time. You know, we don't have to be a part of that, but just to be very aware. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to
Thank you.
speak. And thank you for everything that you are, Flower. I just love you.
Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you. And I appreciate you sharing, and you're very well protected, especially by, I represent the matriarch, especially the galactic. They make sure they take care of us in many ways beyond our own perception of what they do. So you're fine.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Wow. This sea star, listen, y'all. She was woke. You ever get like that? She was woke. I love it. Ohio, stand up. You got a sea star who's in awareness like that. Pay attention, everybody. Watch the babies over there. She was saying, the church over there was just bought by Elon Musk, the Bioborg himself. I don't believe he's human. I think that man is some sort of AI-driven robotoid, and he's buying up that particular place. It probably has some sort of portal, vortex, some sort of energetic field that he wants to command. And they're keeping all the records over in Utah. Utah, you need to make sure that if there's records of other people, do us a favor and get rid of it for us, okay? If there's records of other people, you know what I'm saying? If you find them and you know where they are, just do us a favor, okay? Thank you so much, C-Star. All right, so let me pull in. We're gonna do a couple more in here. Pia Parker, I love that. Like Peter Parker? Pia Parker, that's interesting. That's a very metaphysically sound name. Pia Parker, come on in. Come on down. Remember, like the Price is Right? Come on down. Pia Parker. That's a very powerful name. The two P's. Pia Parker. Hey, Pia. Hello. Pia Parker. Pia, see if you touch your camera, push your camera at the bottom or top, and push your mute button so you can open up your mic. Pia, that name is powerful. I'm gonna wait for you because I want to know who's behind the Pia Parker name. That's a very ritualistic, it's not a ritualistic name, it's a very powerful, you got two P's. If you were named by that, is that your natural name? I want to know who's the being behind that name. Pia Parker, can you come on in? See, watch what it does. I say I want to know who's behind that name, and I can't even see them. Pia Parker, can you try to turn it on? Pia Parker, do me a favor. If you can hear me, click off and come back in, and then I'll let you in when you come back. Because I don't know if you have ever used Zoom before, because I don't hear you and we don't see you. So Pia Parker, I would just exit out of Zoom completely and come back in. Come back in. You may have to do something, because that name is powerful. You might have to be the last person I have in here today. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room, Pia Parker, and I suggest you just come back on it, okay? Let's see. Anybody else? Okay. Azrael, Azara, I'm gonna bring you in. Come on in. Azra, come on in. Oh, they came in nicely. Azra, come on in, Elra. There you go. Hey, C-Star. How are you? Wait, oh, you just have to take your mute off. You are familiar. I know you. The mute. Push yeah, it might be the mute button. Can you push it? You see the mute button at the bottom somewhere? No, we can't hear you. So look for audio somewhere on your Zoom. It's got to be audio, or it could be, see if there's an audio button. It could be something, because I can see you perfectly.
Okay, I
there
got
you
it.
go. You got it. Yes.
Hi, hi everyone.
Hey. How you doing, C-Star?
I'm well. I just wanted
Beautiful
to.
natural. her hair. Listen, hold on. Can we do a hair cam, please? Come on now. Look at that beautiful hair. Listen, you look absolutely stunning. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to comment on your show. Of course, I love your show. I watch it all the time. I turn my daughter on to it. She watches it too. She's like, the Lurpers are on, and she lives in Alabama, and it is beautiful there.
Alabama is, he gave all that cam. I felt the energy. I felt like jumping on a plane and going.
I do. I go regularly to visit her. She's in Mobile, so the beach is all around. I'm on the lake right now. It's pretty bright out here.
Oh, right.
It's a bayou. It's a bayou.
Oh, you on a bayou? Go ahead. Oh, I love it. Oh, you are everything. Go ahead. You got that magic going on out there. Look at that. Oh, I love it.
So, yeah, I'm on the lake in Louisiana, and I'm out walking my dog regularly, and I always see that symbol you showed at the beginning. So I kind of wanted to stay on topic and maybe
talk about it. Talk about it. That's the Blair Witch symbol too, isn't it? Blair Witch symbol, was that too?
Yes, yes. And I look up almost daily, especially when there's no clouds, even when there's clouds. But whenever they're doing the chemtrails, it's really
intense.
It's intense and it's really thick. And I just protect myself with the herbs and the oil and different things like that. But it's very concerning for me because when I grew up in Chicago, it wasn't like that.
None. There weren't chemtrails when you were young. Did you ever see anything like that?
No chemtrails. I always was able to make out different shapes, and these days I can't make out anything. I have to just imagine. And it's pretty bad. And then I noticed.
How do you feel after the chemtrails? Do you feel like sick, headaches? Does anyone get that from the chemtrails in the sky?
I would imagine that I would, but at this point in my life, my journey has increased to the point to where I'm taking herbs almost daily, literally daily, not even almost, because I drink my teas and I cook with a lot of herbs.
That's right.
And I'm just being real creative and inventive in the kitchen. And I also wanted to speak on whenever I go somewhere, which I hate going anywhere, I'm always there initially alone. I'm not there 2 or 3 minutes. The place is packed.
I told you they send out the alert and
it's really creepy. It's very creepy. I notice it everywhere I go. I'm like, ooh, I'm the only one here. And I'm noticing all of this because I like to be the only one, or at least one of the few. Like, I don't want to be in a crowded store or anywhere where I'm trying to go pick up items or stuff like that. So I just really notice it, and it's very disturbing for me because then I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get out. And then by the time I get everything I want, the line is like down the aisle, and sometimes I just drop everything and leave because I think it's a sign. But
it's a simulation. It's like the Sims. You're in the room alone in the simulation, and then the alarm goes off, and all the Sims start coming. The NPCs start coming up, filling up the space because they're not there. You're not when you walk in the room. You're by yourself because you're probably the only soul. The soul is the same. There's not many of us, and then they got to fill it in with fillers because then you would know that you're in a simulation if you didn't see people.
Exactly, and it feels like some type of sim takeover, but I'm just dealing with it as best I can, and I try to go as limited places as I can. As you can see, I have pretty much gotten off the grid, but
I love it. I support it 1,000. You look healthy. Yeah. You're in the bayou is magical because you get all the elementals over there, so they're going to assist you in any way possible. So I think you're in a perfect location.
Yeah, I always reach out to the elements for help and assistance with whatever I'm dealing with. And my mom recently died, so I'm the matriarch of the family now, and I'm trying to do some things to get in place for whatever is to come. And I have a piece of property out in the country not too far. And I'm doing some things. So I just, would like for everyone on here who has good energy to send it towards me because I'm about to sign a deal. And
we support it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I haven't told anyone because it's literally like done, but I just got to go sign a piece of paper. But
just sign with that surety and security.
As much as I want to stay off grid, I'm going to do the matriarch thing. And at least be in a country limited on the grid. So
I love that. I love that. And also you'll have a home base for everyone to come to if they need that healing.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's mama bear energy. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And the
thank you.
community where I'm moving to, everyone is like alcoholics, and it's a really bad energy. So I hope to shift some of that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
not one person on the block is free from any type of substance. So it's pretty bad, and it's intimidating going into that type of atmosphere. But I believe I can handle it because I don't think I would be put in this situation if I couldn't. So
All they need is some good old fashioned bruja liquids. You
some
know what I mean?
bruja,
Or,
exactly, some brew.
yo, all you gotta do is conjure some wonderful elixirs to make it match what they're, because remember, it's a form of infiltration. So you gotta, and sometimes to help, you gotta match what they think they're filling it up with. They're filling it up with low vibrational demons and attachments, and you could fill it up with ancestors. And because remember,
Exactly.
elixirs are negative, but when
Yeah.
we were making our own elixirs, our ancestors were attached to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And all my ancestors are buried like right around the block from where I'm going.
Oh, I
So
love it. You can
yeah,
conjure
so I
them,
have,
they can help
yes,
you.
I
Go
have
get that
access
cauldron.
to,
In Louisiana, get that cauldron outside and help them people out. Be like, listen, I got something to match what you got. Okay.
that's my plan. That's my plan. And yeah, so I just wanted to kind of reach out and mention those things. And that symbol is very powerful. I know it is. For the elites or whoever is putting that up in the sky. I have no idea what it is, but I make sure that I ward off any type of evil that's coming
That's right.
toward, my way or anybody that I love's way or anybody that's, in the right type of frequency, because whatever they're putting out there, if you're not, I
It
believe
isn't
if you're
strong.
not with,
It isn't strong. We give them more power. We give them our power. That's the issue. They're really weak. Actually, they're really just really punks. They're punks. They
you're
hide
right.
behind the screen. They are. I mean, it's like those keyboard, junkies that come on and talk smack. Yo,
Exactly.
come on the block, son. Come on the
We just
block.
have to know how to block it and how to decipher, like what to do in these situations as far as protecting ourselves and our biochemical, setup. So
I agree. I think
I
you about that life. You're in the right position right now.
yeah,
And your mother passed the torch. Whenever we have a transition from one matriarchy to the other, they transition that power on to the next generation. So I'm grateful, and congratulations for being now the marker for your family. I
and
like to.
feeling every bone in my body. I feel that transition of her power to me, because it's
Absolutely.
just it's there. I have no idea why, but I know it's there and it's real. And I love the fact that I have more power, with that. So
That's right. That's right. You, the super mama bear. So keep up the good work. I wish you well. Congratulations on
you keep up the good work. I love you and take care. And
thank you.
hopefully we'll meet in the
We'll meet up. Don't
yeah.
worry, because we probably be the only ones after the fungus apocalypse. They bring.
I know. And if you taking the kukarachi shot, like she say, y'all better gear up and get that chelating going on, because it's
Yo,
real.
yo, they gotta,
It's real.
get out like an exorcism. We might
Yes,
have to exercise some
get
people.
your activated charcoal and your bentonite clay. Get your things out. Get them out. Use them. Don't just look at them.
The power of consciousness compels you.
And use what you know. You use what you know. Don't just learn stuff and regurgitate it. How about using it? Show
I
and
agree.
prove. Show and
That's right.
prove. That's what I've been doing. So
Listen to Mama Bear.
55 years strong. 55
Oh,
years
that's
strong.
what I'm talking about. You look,
Yep.
listen, that
Yes.
mouth, you popping. That's what I'm
And
saying.
I am a cancer survivor, but
Ooh,
I don't consider myself a survivor. I consider myself a warrior. So
that's right. Congratulations.
cancer warrior.
You've overcome some form of it. It's a kind of infiltration, but you overcame it. And also women and others can witness you and take on that security and that feeling that they can do it too. So thank you for sharing.
Because I wanted to die. I wanted to share my story. I wanted to die. I wanted to die, like literally when I was going through that. So I'm, as you can see, vivid and alive, and I want to live now.
And
but
well,
the drugs were the chemicals, the stuff that they were giving me. I believe they were really on a mission to take me out. So I had to change my mind and my mindset, and then start acting on everything that I knew and learned in the process. And it's been working out for me great.
You got the
And
bag
now I
of
love life. Now I love
Yeah.
life. Instead of begging the creator to take me out, I'm here.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. You're
I hope I
powerful.
was inspiring for someone out there. I hope I was very inspiring.
You are. You are. That's powerful. And some people needed to hear that today. You speaking to somebody or some people on here, and they
And this
needed
is
to.
my first time on YouTube, on anybody channel, talking to anybody about anything. So I just wanted to get that out there, and hopefully, you know, some people definitely resonated with the information, and just protect yourself from the elements that's not for you. Like, some elements are for you, but
That's right.
just be aware and be discerning, please.
Thank you so much, Mama. I love you. Be
All
well.
right. Thank you.
We'll talk again soon.
I was able to get on. Take care. Take care of the
Thank you.
babies.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, that is amazing. I hope everybody's here. Did that talk to some of you today? That was so empowering to see Star. I mean, she's living out in the elements. She's beautiful. By the bayou, which is powerful in itself. So I hope she spoke to some of you who are maybe going through it. Like, remember, we have our times in life where not everything's great or not everything's perfect, but you know, it's not the challenge that comes to you, is how you're able to deal with it and overcome it and to transmute it. So thank you, C Star, for sharing that with us. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait, y'all. Okay, so we have Charlotte, come on in. Charlotte, come on in. Come on in. Can you hear me? Oh, we'll wait for her to come in. Come on in. Charlotte, can you hear me? I'll see if she can turn the camera on. Hello? Charlotte, you may have to turn your, okay, she's working with the audio. We'll wait for Charlotte to come in. Come on in. Hello, hello? I can't hear you, Charlotte. Hold on. Turn on your mic. No, can't hear you yet. Hold on. You might have to, it might be your audio. See if there's an audio part. Hold on. You're almost there. It's just a little, I think it's a little button. I got your face right there, beautiful face right there. And then I'm just waiting for the audio. It may be in sounds, or it might be, what is it? Audio, like audio share. Hold on, not yet, not yet. Don't worry, Charlotte, don't worry, you're here. I'm not going, let's wait until you look and see if it's in, or let's see. Go to, let's see where it would be. Connecting to audio. So it's going to say connecting to audio, and you just click it when it goes. I know no, can't hear you yet. I know it's something. I know it's always something, because I know Charlotte is connecting to audio. It says you're connecting to audio. Hold on. Let's see if it does it. Not yet. It says now. Okay, now turn it off mute. Take off the mute. No, I don't hear you. It did. It said connected. Huh. Try it again. Take off your mute.
Tap to speak.
Yes, you good.
No.
Yeah, you did it. You did it, Charlotte. You're there. Turn the camera on now.
Oh, really?
I know it's something. I know it's always something, because I know
it says
Charlotte
I'm
connecting
speaking.
to audio. It says you're connecting to audio. Hold on. Let's see if it does it. Not yet. Charlotte, I can hear you now. Okay, now turn it off mute. Take off the mute. Turn off my video. It did. It said connected. Huh. Wait, turn off the feed in the back. Turn off YouTube.
Tap to speak.
Yes, you good. No, you did it. You did it, Charlotte.
Oh my gosh. Oh, really? Okay.
Turn off something. Because I know
it says I'm speaking.
It says you're connecting to audio. Hold on. Let's see if it does it.
Is this okay?
Yeah. Okay, I still hear the echo. Okay, Charlotte, come
Tap
back in.
to
Turn it off mute. Take off the mute. Turn off my. It said connected.
Okay, so
Wait, turn off the feed in the back.
right. Okay.
Turn off YouTube.
Guys, you good? No, how's that? Oh my God. I know. Hold on, let's see if it does it. Is this okay?
Yeah. Okay, I still hear the echo. Okay, Charlotte, check it.
Oh, you know what? Let me just do this.
Turn off my. It's connected.
Okay. How about now?
Perfect. You turned it off. Yeah. Now turn on your camera. Fine. Perfect.
Now turn on the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience because
Oh,
I am.
listen, you already know I'm not a techie, so I'm gonna sit and wait because I know if it was me, it would be the same way when I got on Zoom. So I have a lot of patience. How you
How
doing,
about
Mom?
now? Oh no, no camera. Oh,
No, you're fine. The camera was on. You were good. You were good. Perfect. You fine. Perfect.
so is everything good now?
Yeah, you got it right on. Perfect. I could hear you
Okay,
and I could.
forgive me. And now I know you've been given compliments, but I don't feel like I'm beautiful. But I really wanted to talk to you.
You are. Okay. First of all, put the camera on you, and you're
Oh
gonna have
no!
to take.
You were gonna
You're
say that.
you're gonna have to take it. You're gonna have to take it because you know how I get. You are absolutely beautiful, and
But thank you for that.
your skin is flawless. You have the most beautiful face. You have beautiful skin. Your features
Thank
are
you.
flawless. If
Thank you,
anybody ever told
Flibrone.
you to be different, that is a pure lie. We living in a lying simulation. And listen, I'm a thickums and I feel all kinds of sexy. You look good. Okay. When everybody else can't eat, you're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be fine. All
Thank
right.
you, my love. Thank
Okay.
you.
So don't you say
So
you don't
I
look
am
good.
number one. I'm so frantic to be talking to you.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay. So share. Come on and share.
Okay. So I have a list of some things. Not a lot, and I'm not going to take too much of your time. Thank
Okay.
you for your time. And I'm getting over a cold, but it was a head cold, and it has me thinking because we had, uh-oh, I don't hear you. What
No,
is this?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead. I'm just listening.
Okay. I'm going to hold the phone like this because I don't know what's up with it.
Okay.
So I'm getting over a cold. I had it for like 3 days, and it was a head cold, and it really bothered me because I normally don't get sick. You know, I don't hold a cold. I take a lot of vitamins, a lot of herbs. But I just, and you can still hear it, I'm getting over something now. And I'm from Chicago. I'm in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And we had snow for the last couple of days. It wasn't anything big or anything like that, but it was snow. So I'm pretty sure those were spores as well, and them trying to release something in the air.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you though, I'm a nurse. What would you suggest? How can I protect myself? And I'm always worried about this. And I do wear a mask. I wear a black mask. It's not a cotton mask or anything. It's just a black it is a black, I don't know what the material is, but disposable mask. I'm always worried about being around so many vaccinated people, my patients, my coworkers, and I get so tired of them thinking they're in the know, or so healthy because they're vaccinated. But I don't, you can't talk that talk, in my work. But what would you suggest? Other than, I have my crystals, I have my protection. I don't go into work without praying over myself and my abilities. And what would you suggest, especially with what's coming? What would you suggest I protect myself with? And I'm sorry if that was long-winded.
No, not at all. First, we have to think that with everything that stays, everything kind of changes levels. Like we were here and now it's here. So we have to change the modalities that we or usually accommodate us in normal situations that we were in 2020, 2021, and 2022. We have to change those regimens. A lot of what you're experiencing or people experiencing are also frequencies that people are emitting from their bodies. Remember,
Yes.
not everyone got chips, but we know that some people did. And we saw
Right.
that in 2021 when we saw the Bluetooth showing up on the screens from some people who got the Cucarachi kill shot. Okay.
Right.
So that means frequencies, we kind of have to know the frequencies that people are emitting. Number one, from people who are supposedly releasing, Cucarachi sheds. Always say, one of the things that they always said was great is quercetin. Quercetin, or what is in, like a tonic. Tonic has quercetin, like tonic. Like whenever people had leg shakes, remember back in the days, like my mom used to tell me, like if I had like shaking, like my muscles were like shaking like this, tonic kind of settled it down. The same with quercetin, it kind of creates a blocker for shedding. So we know that. And if you don't want to buy it or take it in tonic, like especially if you're a nurse, you may not want to go and make it, but you can take like 5 grapefruits and soak it for like 5 hours or 3 hours on low, and take that wonderful liquid, put it in sort of dark container and store it away, and take a shot of that before you go out. That was one of the regimens that were suggested during the first of the the whatever they gave everybody, right? But this is fungal based. I think this is more fungal based. And with funguses and spores and mold, it has a different regimen to kind of overcome it. Now, anything that's antifungal, anti-sporish, anything you would use to, like if you lived in Florida or somewhere where your house was flooded, those things that you use to kind of combat the spores of the black mold are the same things that you would do. And remember, all these people are getting super cancers all over the place after they got the right? What most people realize that when you look at Fukushima and also Chernobyl, those are places that were the nuclear facilities that went and imploded. But what people realize is the black mold that was developed on both of those sites, they were eating the radiation. They grew from the radiation. And mold, fungi have a symbiotic relationship with radiation. So it's interesting that when people have cancer, they give them radiation, which to me be against and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm a maniac, I'm a crazy person. This is a lie. I always have to say that, you know what I mean? But that's being said, is like radiation feeds and helps to grow those things, molds and so on. Like if you go out of a distillery where they make wines or or vodka, like if you go to the Virgin Islands where they make rum, like rum factories, you'll notice when you outside, all of the trees are covered with this type of fungi that is coming from the sugar, because sugar helps to feed these things too. So you would have to cut out the sugar, the diabolical devil sugar, like all sugars, okay? That helps feed fungi and spores, which are basically like the reproduction of fungi. And definitely stay away from radiation, having cell phones on your body all the time, turning off the Wi-Fi in the house. If you're going in places that are highly radiated, coming home and kind of neutralizing your energy with linens, things, harmonic fibers, especially if you're working in a hospice situation. Remember back in the days, the Caribbean, the women all wore linen. Like when I go in Brazil, where all the nurses and even people who work as massage therapists, they're all wearing white deflects frequencies of attacks. Like even in rituals, they'll all wear white as a way of deflecting. So white, and also pure linen. Linen is 5,000 frequency. So wearing linen also helps the body to stay at a healthy homeostasis. So it deflects diseases.
Wow.
Okay. So fibers matter. Wearing rayon, silk, nylon, all those fibers are really low vibrational and at the death frequency for the body. In order for the body to thrive, it has to wear fibers that are more organic and natural. Even if you buy organic cotton, it will leave your body at a healthy homeostasis.
Okay.
So any kind of unnatural material, those are things that you probably shouldn't wear, especially engaged in a world where you're going to be exposed to not only people that are sick, but high doses of radiation from the electronics and all the Wi-Fi and the fiber optics that's all over when you go out into the work world. You know what I mean? And then coming home and neutralizing that energy by taking salt baths. You know what I mean? Bathing from head to toe.
I do that all the time. I do that often. Take salt baths.
You have to neutralize the energy. But I would definitely say the grapefruit or the tonic, having that will deflect some of the cucarachis. And nobody's talking about the monkeypox cucarachis that they took. There was a whole bunch of people took it, and nobody's telling us what the side effects for those were. And a lot of people took it. So where is that coming into play with all of these things that are showing up out of the blue?
And then how is there such a thing as being that these spores or whatever's coming will attack our brain? Is there such thing as brain health?
Yes, like chlorine. Dr. Brookman is the best at this. Being in the sunshine, first of all, being in pure sunshine gets rid of a lot of types of pathogens. But chlorine, am I pronouncing chlorine? CHLO, chlorine. It's a type of brain health. You take
what is it called? I'm sorry.
I think it's CHO choline. Choline, that's what it is. CHOLINE. Choline is good for when you're pregnant. When I was just pregnant, I took choline to give the baby, for the baby's brain development. But why should it stop at just producing babies? Why are we trying to help to uphold and keep our brain healthy? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the things. Anything that works with the inflammation, like, forms of like lysine. Lysine is also good, I think, for the brain. What else is really good? There's a host of things that uphold the brain health. And I think we in consideration also inflammation, because the combination between the spores and maybe maybe the restriction of the vessels, that's what probably causes the inflammation and the swelling. So I think we have to watch. I would wear, because you're a nurse, I would wear, rather than just a mask, you got to be careful with eyes, because whatever flies in your eyes also, this is wet, nice, perfect, petri dish for, taking in, things that are coming in your eyes or your ears. So I would have just a slight barrier. Also, I'm a fan of wearing HEPA nose filters. I wore them at the beginning of Garachis. They're really cute. I know the little people don't like them, but you can put them right inside your nose so that you're not having to wear a mask. A mask.
You mean those earbuds and you can just put them in your nose?
No, it's called HEPA. It's a HEPA nose filter. People with allergies.
HEPA, HEBA?
HEPA, yes, HEPA nose filters, yeah.
Oh, HEPA nose filter.
Yeah. Those are great for allergies. You don't have to wear a mask necessarily, you know what I mean? So you don't have to suffocate yourself and breathe in your carbon monoxide, you know what I mean? And then you don't have to worry about teeth health, because a lot of the dentists said the teeth were really suffering from having all that moisture, that unhealthy moisture and breathing in the carbon monoxide, in our face.
And you mentioned this all the time, but I would like to know, like, for those, I can say that I can do organic and sometimes not organic here in Chicago with fruits and vegetables, as well as even meats. But for those who cannot, Fluburn, is there a way to prepare the fruits, vegetables, and meats?
Yes,
bacon. I know we can wash with the vinegar and the salt. Is there something else we can do for those, and even for those who can't afford organic?
And you wash all your vegetables with to kind of get rid of even rice. You wash it with baking soda. That's why baking soda went up. It's an antifungal. Remember that. That's the biggest deepest antifungal too. And you can put it on your mask and in your little nose HEPAs, because it'll
Which one? What did you name? What did you say?
Just baking soda. Baking soda.
Oh, really?
With all spores and funguses. That's one of the reasons why this guy was taken offline for talking about cancer health and basically injecting himself with fluoride. Remember, I have to put my PSA when I say this, because Willy Wonka tried. Right. I'm not a nurse. I'm a maniac. I'm a psychopath. I'm a trans frog, dog, everything. I'm everything. Okay? So I just got to put that out there. But there was a doctor who talked about, health and, because cancer looked under a microscope to him as a fungus, and funguses didn't dissipate it, just like snails with, when you put salt on snails, they shrink like shrinky dinks. So does he witness that, when bicarbonate was put on cancer cells, it literally dissipated instantaneously. So I always say, if you want to wash your vegetables, if people are having a hard time affording organic things, by soaking it and at least cleaning the outside of your fruit and vegetable with baking soda, soaking it for at least 15 minutes. And then also, you know, making sure that you take a little bit of that internally before you eat a fruit or vegetable, that would help, because now you're giving a healthy antidote to something that could be fungal based.
Would drinking a little baking soda water be good for work as well?
You know, I can't say. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh,
can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay. I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but I would always say that I do that a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that is such wonderful advice. I willed you to answer my call because I knew you were going to tell me something good. And I really was worried about work and what's to come. And man, I am so grateful for you. So grateful for you.
You're there to health. And also part of you being safe is you being helpful to others. Anything that comes for us, it doesn't matter if it's demonic, doesn't matter if it's low vibrational, if you aren't a match to it, it can't touch you. If you're there to help
heard
people.
that yesterday. I love on my patients. I love on them, and I'm so grateful I have the heart to do that, you know, good or bad.
Yes, that heart frequency is also a protectant. It helps and protects you. Higher frequency is love frequency and care and empathy frequency.
Right.
So even if you're in a place, like there's been nurses that have been placed in red plagues and all kinds of things, and they walked out safe and clear. It's because they had that love vibration, that empathetic vibration that wasn't a match to what that.
And you're right about that, because during the whole pandemic, I did not get anything till 2 years after. For like 3 days, I was sick. During the whole time, nothing. I was perfectly well.
You were doing divine work. You were there to basically help people through their struggles and their health conditions. And there isn't anything higher than that vibration. So that comes from the heart frequency. That's a beautiful illumination of green frequency that pulsates out and it protects you. So as much as we do things physically to protect ourselves and health-wise, we always have to stay in a healthy, happy homeostasis where we're service to others, but also within service to ourselves, because first love is self, and we can only
I
give.
have to get with that more. I have to do that more. And I've been prompted and doing my work on myself to love on myself more.
Just like when I talked to you first, so I see you're a very good looking woman. The first thing you said is you weren't. Why? You are. Once you accept how beautiful you are inside and out, there isn't anything that'll mess with you. You have to love you first. Everything in the universe will show you and treat you how you treat yourself.
True.
Okay.
I love
so when
you.
You walk in a room, you have to say, I know I look good. I know it's beautiful. I shouldn't have to tell you that. You should know that.
True that. And I'm very aware that I used to have that. And I've been talking to the universe and asking, like, where did I lose some of that? And how to gain that love of self back.
Don't refrain from looking at the internet and thinking that that's a form of beauty and health and fitness, because I don't care if the IG models are probably eating Twinkies.
And I've done that.
Yeah. If you look at those entities, that's not a real testimony of beauty and high frequency. Love and beauty comes from how we feel about ourselves. I haven't known a beautiful woman that felt bad about herself that was perceived by others as being beautiful. When we love ourselves, everything reflects that back to us, and people recognize that.
Right.
You don't have to be a 3. I'm a thick woman. When I walk out, I feel beautiful, and it reflects back to me.
Right.
Okay. You have gorgeous skin. Women go to places to get skin like yours, clear and beautiful. Do you understand? So when you look in the mirror, I want you to see what I see.
Thank you.
Okay. That's first thing.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And have a wonderful day. And I hope to
You
hear
as
from you.
well. I will continue to follow and listen and gain continuous, more and more knowledge. And I'm just full of knowledge because of you. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.
Oh, she's so sweet. Beautiful sister. Beautiful. Okay. All right, y'all. So I think that's going to be my last one today. I want to thank everybody. We did a 3-hour Zoom. So literally anybody who stayed on here, you are an official Zombie. I want to thank all the Zombies out there in the universal world. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm also grateful to all the Sea Stars and Sun Stars who were brave enough to come on here and talk and share their journey and also things that they're witnessing. I mean, it is us. We are collective and we can change. And you know, I know it sounds like a cliche, but we are the change we want to see in the world. And change begins with us. What we consciously accept is what we emanate out in the world. So if this video was anything but just a little bit that you got, is you have full control over you and your environment. So know that when we share these things, it's literally illuminating things because you're in alignment to hear and to know things before they come. So I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you I don't even know that it's going to stay up on YouTube because it's so long and I'm sure they're going to say it's medical malpractice. So I might just pull it off so that I can save it separately so I can put it on Rumble. But thank you everybody for joining today. I'm going to read some of the comments before I actually pull it down because I didn't get a chance to talk to you all. Thank you for coming in. I'm really grateful that you now know some of the information that's necessary to make sure everyone's safe and the babies are safe, you're safe. And also just to hear some of the other perspectives that we heard here today. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you coming in here today. Thank you for joining us on Zoom. You are officially a Zombie, and you know you can always join us on our private conversations on Sunday and Thursday on Zoom. That's how I found the information out, by making us watch over these old movies that I used to love as a child and finding all these revelations. So thank you for joining. I hope this was great. I already know some of the moms were cleaning during this, like with the little ones, because that's what I used to do when I listened to videos. I would always be cleaning with the little ones. I'd have a little one on my back, be listening to the videos, and it was always enlightening with like Dr. Valentine, with listening to like Dr. Delbert Blair, listening to Joel Pruckman, listening to like Coast to Coast. Just, you know, it's such a wonderful time. So I always say, encourage you, if you make videos, always make it family friendly, because a lot of times the ones who are really needing this illumination and want to hear it are moms, and usually they have their little ones around. So it just makes it healthier for us to listen without thinking that you're going to like F-bomb or curse or do inappropriate things. Okay. So anyway, thank you for joining today. I'm going to see the videos in the comments afterwards. Can't see anything. Thank you for everyone joining. And please put a like on the video if you like this information, if you like this format, because I think I'm going to bring this back as like Aquarius Rising in this format. I love doing this. And I'm more of like a person-to-person talk. I don't like talking to the screen because it makes me feel really narcissistic and like a sociopath. I prefer to talk to people one-on-one. So thank you. And thank you to the Sea Star who's in Africa, who met me in Vermont from Montreal. She's actually off in Somalia. So I'm so grateful to hear her and see how beautiful and healthy she looked. Thank you to everybody again. So, you know, we'll talk about more of what's coming up on Sunday. Join us on Zoom, and I will talk to you later. Okay, peace.